What is up mga ka-NCAA? Nandito tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights kung saan nagaganap ang kanilang mga preparasyon. Kaya naman halina't halukayin natin ang kanilang mga emosyon. So paano? Tara! So nandito tayo ngayon, papasok tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights at nakikita natin kung paano sila mag-prepare. So, ayan, nakikita natin sa kanila. So at this point, interview natin dito si Pau. Andito si Pau. Wala bang cheer dyan for Pau? Pau, kumusta ka coming to this game?
Okay naman po and ready na for this game.
Ano yan?
Nire-release ko lang yung tight muscles ko, so pagdating sa game, ready na.
Meron ka bang, syempre di ba nandito tayo sa game ngayon, meron ka bang inspirasyon?
Meron. Inspirasyon ko yung point guard namin, si Tommy Elobarrio. Siya yung motivate sa akin every game, every practice. Siyempre, sinasabihan niya ako anong dapat gawin ko sa court.
Kunwari nandyan si Tommy ngayon sa harap mo, siya yung camera. Ano yung cheesiest message mo para sa kanya?
Idol, pasahan mo ko mamaya, idol ha.
Naniniwala ka ba na sa'yo nag-message si Pau kasi pogi ka?
Medyo ako, yung dadalawang isip ako kay Paolo.
Pero ikaw, natanong natin siya kanina kung sinong inspirasyon niya. Ikaw ba? Meron kang inspirasyon?
Inspirasyon ko yung Luis Anggalang kasi sobrang angas sa court nun.
Tingin mo si Louie makakailang puntos for today's video?
Siguro mga 30 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists.
Ay, grabe, ang dami nun ha. Meron ka pang message para sa kanya?
Louis Boy, galingan mo mamaya para may tayo bonus.
Siyempre meron tayong mga baon sa mga bags natin every time pupunta tayo dito. Ano yung pinaka-paborito mong dala mo sa bag mo?
Walang laman yung bag ko eh.
Meron kang ilalabas sa bag mo ngayon kahit walang laman yan. Feeling ko naman may laman yan. Hindi naman basta-basta bag lang yan, di ba guys? Ano yon? Ano yon? Pakitaan mo kami.
Wale! Extra brief.
Sa mga teammates mo ngayon, sino yung palaging inaasar?
Ako.
Ano yung pangasar sa'yo?
Tsaka na bata.
Pero dito sa mga teammates mo, syempre, inaasar ka nila. Sino yung pinaka gusto mong press backan, kumbaga?
Si Boss Fran ako, di ba?
Ano yung pang-asar mo para sa kanya?
Boss, huwag ka nang magpaagaw ng bola sa akin.
Huwag magpapaagaw ng bola. Malupit yun, ha? Tingin mo ikaw, bro, makakailang puntos ka for this game?
Ano lang, 2 points.
2 points lang kaya mong ipangako ngayon?
Hindi, siguro mga 2 digits.
Louie, kung meron kang syempre, dumaan na tayo sa maraming games, di ba? Sa lahat ng teams, okay? Kung merong isang player na hahamunin mo na one-on-one kayo basketball, sino yon? Sa kahit anong teams, ha?
Si Omega. Par, lagi kang mag-iingat. Good luck sa mga laro nyo. I miss you.
Kaya naman mga ka-NCAA, nakita nyo kung paano mag-prepare ang ating mga Letra Knights sa loob ng kanilang dugout. Hindi lang sila basta seryoso, di ba? May mga kakulitan din sila na tinatago. Ako po sila sa Tiago, and this is Game On! Dito na ang pinakamahalagang tanong na susubok sa pakikipagtalastasan ng ating mga atletang Pilipino. Siyempre, joke lang yun. May gusto ka bang malaman? Ask mo! Nakashoot ka na ba ng corner 3?
Siyempre, nakashoot na.
Pag nasa confrontation corner ka, kunwari, nandyan yung girlfriend mo, tapos tinanong, sino yung kasama mong ibang babae nung isang araw? Nakita ko kayo. Paano ka lulusot doon?
Love, kaklase ko lang nung high school yun.
Oh, ang ganda ng sagot pero parang hindi yata maganda yung sitwasyon, di ba? Ayaw nating mapunta sa ganung sitwasyon, tama?
Tama.
Anong size ng sapatos mo?
Size 12 po. 13, size 13.
Yung game shoes ko, 14.
Yung hindi game shoes?
13, 12 ka.
So, ito, fill in the blanks tayo, ha? Pag malaki ang paa, malaki din ang
Kamay.
kamay. Siyempre, sumalo ng
Bola.
yun. Pag malaki daw ang sapatos, malaki din ang
Puso.
yun. Malaki ang puso, di ba? Pag malaki yung sapatos, malaki din ang
Yung pagmamahal sa kapwa.
Yun! Sino kaya ang may mas malaking chance manalo? Yung isang taon nagpa-practice ng offense o yung isang taon nagpa-practice ng defense?
Siyempre, yung isang taon na nag-practice ng defense kasi para sa akin, darating din naman yung offense kapag nagdi-defense tayo.
So, nabanggit mo din, darating at darating din naman. Dumating na ba?
Dumating na.
Yun, dumating na. Masaya ka ba?
Masayang masaya.
Gaano kasaya?
Sobrang saya.
Anong mas masaya? Yung kapag nalaman mong dumating na yung the one mo o yung nanalo kayo ng championship? Pipili ka lang ng isa.
Siyempre, yung championship.
Siyempre, career muna. Okay. So, ito na pala yung huling pagkikita nyo ng the one mo. Last shot. Diba? Lamang ng 1 point ang kalaban. Ikaw kunwari yung coach. Sinong papapasukin mo? Si Jordan, Kobe, o si LeBron?
Mas gusto ko maglaro ng clutch si Jordan talaga.
Siyempre, Jordan. Kasi yan yung isa sa mga idols ko na nag-inspired sa akin na maglaro po.
Para sa akin si Michael Jordan kasi alam naman natin na subok na si Michael Jordan sa mga crucial shot.
Hindi mo inaasahan, nakita mo ang crush mo, nanonood pala sa game nyo. Paano mo siya susulyapan at saka ngingitaan?
Ganun, parang napuwing ako, ganun.
Kunwari, shoot ka.
Shoot, di ba? Tapos, hanapin ko siya
O,
sa
kunwari,
bench.
ayan siya, nasa camera. Doon! Meron ka bang kapuso artist na crush?
Meron po, si Marian Rivera.
Naglalaro ka, for example, championship. Nakita mo siya, nasa audience, nanunood. Paano ka susulyap tapos ngingiti ng pasimple?
Si Marian, nakashoot down 3 points.
Ito, last ball possession. Intense ang laban. Ipakita mo sa amin, ipakita mo yung pinaka-serious na face mo. Meron pa bang masiserious dyan? Paano yung mukha ng nag-champion? Yon! Meron pang sumisigaw pero walang sounds, ha? Kung may gustong malaman, ito ang kailangan. Muli, ako si Lance Tiago at ito ang Ask Mo!
Dito nagaganap ang kanilang preparasyon. Pero ngayon, hahalukayo natin ang kanilang emosyon. Dugout raid na ba? Game on! Ayan. Ano yung pre-ritual game mo usually kapag may laro kayo?
Kumakain ako bago maglaro.
Kumakain? Anong kinakain mo? Basta mabigat sa tiyan. Pwede ka bang tumayo? Ano yun? Ayan. Anong height mo?
6'9".
6'9". Kaya mo bang i-reach yung ano? Alright, thank you so much. Ayan, mukhang may natutulog. Sir? Sir, pwede po kayo ma-interview? Miguel Locson without the mask. Okay, Miguel, ano bang pinapakinggan mo ngayon?
Wala naman. Nag-meditate lang ako before the game.
Ano yung lumalabas ngayon sa headphones mo?
Parang calming music lang.
Calming music lang. And paano ka natutulungan ng pag-meditate coming into your game?
Pinaprepare ko lang yung mindset ko before the game. Being prepared to whatever may happen sa loob ng court.
Ayan, dito naman tayo sa side na to. Nako, Miggy Cortez. Sumigi tayo ka naman. Ano bang pinapatugtog mo ngayon?
It's New Flame by Chris Brown.
New Flame. So habang naka-headphones ka, okay lang bang gumawa ka ng dance move?
Hindi ako marunong sumayaw eh.
Hindi, kaya mo yan. Kaya mo yan, naniniwala ko. Okay, in 1, 2, 3, go! A. Alright. Ano naman pong ginagawa niyo dyan?
Napanood ko yung latest game ng Mapua.
Bakit? Ba't mo pinapanood?
Para mas aware lang sa ginagawa nila and para ready tayo sa game.
Makoy, bilang pumasok ka ng dugout, sabi ni JC, yung tatawagin daw niya, kakanta. Sayaw. Makoy, ano ba yung mga pre-game ritual mo bago maglaro?
Pre-game ritual ko siguro mag-CR.
Mag-CR? Bakit ka nagsi-CR bago maglaro?
Feel ko mas magana ko ngayon para tanggal yung, syempre yung feel light ba, parang ganyan.
Kilala ka bilang isa sa mga laging nakaka-stress kapag game. Pwede bang makakita dyan ng isang flex? Go, flex ang. Oh, yung isa pa. Oh, pak, sorry. Oh. Will, ano bang pinapakinggan mo ngayon?
Usually mga R&B songs, so mas nare-relax ako doon.
Alright, so Will, ano ba yung usual preparation mo? Lalo na big game yung mangyayari today.
Usually, kumakain muna ako ng mga healthy foods. And ayun, yung mindset ko as in lock in before game talaga. And before pumunta ng arena, so ayun.
Alright, so healthy food and the right mindset coming into today's game. Kung bibigyan kita ng chance, okay lang ba na since nagpi-pre-game kayo ngayon, okay lang ba mag-shoot ka from the 3-point line? 3, 2, 1. Yun! Baka may message ka sa mga fans natin.
Sa lahat ng CSB community, thank you for supporting us. Pagpatuloy niyo na yung pagsuporta sa amin. And salamat sa lahat.
At ngayon, alam nyo na kung ano ang nangyayari sa loob ng dugout ng Benilde Blazers. Pero abangan nyo pa kami sa iba nating pagsilip. Ako po si Chase Orozco at ito ang Dugout Raid dito lang sa Game On!
Lahat ng NCAA schools bibisitahin natin at aalamin natin ang nangyayari outside the court. Ako po si Papa Bear Benji Paras.
At ako naman si Baby Bear Andre Paras. Kwentuhan, kulitan, tambayan. Ito ang Bolahan! Totoo to!
Hindi kami nang bobola.
Teka lang, bakit bolahan yung title?
Oo nga eh.
Alam ko nga, i-concept mo to, diba?
I know, right? From Menjola to the battlefield, march the sons of SBC.
The home of the champions, the San Beda University! At makakasama natin ngayon ang Red Lions to give us a sneak peek on what they do outside of the hard court. Uy, isa pa nga.
Aside sa basketball, ano ba yung iba niyong pinagkakabala?
Ngayon po, Papa Bear, siguro yung online classes namin.
Online class?
Wow! Yun ang unang sinago.
Yung time namin, pag practice, after practice, tapos na eh. Ito, meron pa kayong viewing. Di ba, araw-araw nyo ginagawa, viewing before and viewing after. Di ba kayo napapagod?
Hindi. Kasi kailangan din talaga namin yung viewing na yun eh. Para mas matuto pa kami.
Kasi ako, nung naging part ako ng coaching staff, ang start namin, viewing. Kaya dumadating ako pag tapos na yung viewing. So, ayoko nang daanan.
Kayo ba guys, meron ba kayong ginagawa mga strength and conditioning during season?
Sinisingit namin yung strength and conditioning namin, parang minsan before the viewing eh.
Just to give an idea sa ating mga viewers, anong oras usually yung first practice nyo?
6 a.m.
Tapos usually, anong oras yung end ng practice nyo?
8 to 8:30.
Tapos after that, papasok pa kayo.
Yes, so pasok pa kami.
Di pa kayo nakakatulog sa klase dahil sa pagod?
Kaya nga sila pumapasok sa class.
Para makatulog. Sa bagay, kasi aircon na kayo, di ba?
Pag nalilate naman kayo, na meron kayong kailangang i-alibay, ano yung usually sinasabi? Kasi ako nung naglalaro ko, sabi ko, Coach, sorry, nasiraan ako ng coach. Tapos after ng practice, ang sabi ni Coach, wala kang coach.
Hindi pa kasi kami nalilate kaming tatlo eh. Sa practice. Never talaga, di ba, Tay? Never po kami nalilate na practice. Pero usually, yung mga teammates namin, sasabihin nila, hindi nagising sa alarm.
Sa mga professors ba, ay merong special treatment kayo? Or hindi, bagsak kayo, bagsak. Hindi kayo makakalaro. Ganun yun.
Sa San Beda kasi, pina-prioritize talaga namin yung education talaga.
Ito naman, since of course, makakapasok kayo sa San Beda with school, as a student, scholar, as an athlete. Pero meron pa tayong para makapasok sa team eh. May tinatawag na initiation. Meron ba kayong nadaanan?
Nadaanan niyo ba yun?
Siguro kami, kasi sabay kami ni Peter dumating. Yung usually pag games, kami talaga nagdadala ng tubig, bola. Tapos kapag may iuutos, sila Robert Bolick, inuutos sa kami na kunin mo yung meal namin. Pero gano'n lang naman, wala naman yung physical na pero puro gano'n.
Time sa girlfriend, meron pa?
Meron po, Papa Bear. Siguro lang, yung time management lang din.
Selosa ba ang mga girlfriend?
Ay, hindi.
Siyempre, athlete, oo. Yung athlete, daming pag-athlete ka, daming lalapit ng mga girl.
Alam naman nila, Papa Bear, alam nila na loyal kami, na hindi kami papatid.
Kasi Papa Bear, loyal.
Loyal talaga.
Bedista.
Alam mo yan,
Kahit
tigilan natin itong being a rookie, nagkaroon ba ng adjustment? Transition ng high school basketball to college basketball.
Nung nag-high school ako, wala po masyadong mga plays. Pagdating ko po ng college, din po ako medyo nahirapan pero nakapag-adjust naman po.
So ikaw naman, Cliff. So ikaw ba yung parang sa team kasi, sa players, meron yung tinatawag na laging nagpapatawa yung clown. Ikaw ba yun?
Ay parang marunong lang makisama po.
Ito naman yung tanong ko sa mga naka-dorm, di ba kayo naho-homesick? Pag naka-dorm kayo o nasanay na rin kayo?
Dati po nung una parang nahihirapan po pero kailangan masanay.
Nakakatambay ba kayo sa labas? Nakakapag-order ba kayo, delivery, or mag-invite ng friend?
Pag free time namin, nag-weights kami, tas minsan tumatambay kami dyan sa soccer field.
Soccer field o swimming pool?
Soccer field po.
Hindi sa swimming pool?
Hindi, hindi.
Pero meron pa
Si
namang...
Cliff, nakikita ko doon.
Yan lang po.
Pag may training yung swimming po.
Ito po sa volleyball.
Sa volleyball yun! Yan ang gusto ko, volleyball practice. Okay. Maraming salamat ulit sa oras nyo and good luck. Okay, alam kong kaya niyo pa yan. At andito po kami sa third floor ng San Beda balcony. At ako po yung nagmamadali, mauna na po ako.
After ng kwentuhan, puntahan naman natin ang kanilang mga favorite spots sa loob ng campus.
Sa pagbabalik yan ng Bulahan, Kwentuhan at Kulitan. Ako po si Papa Bear Benji Paras.
At ako naman po si Baby Bear Andy Paras. At ito ang...
Bulahan!
Bulahan! 1, 2, 3. Bulahan! Ay, natapos din.
Hirap mong katrabaho.
Dad, pasabay!
What is up mga ka-NCAA? Nandito tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights kung saan nagaganap ang kanilang mga preparasyon. Kaya naman halina't halukayin natin ang kanilang mga emosyon. So paano? Tara! So nandito tayo ngayon, papasok tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights at nakikita natin kung paano sila mag-prepare. So ayan, nakikita natin sa kanila. So at this point, interview natin dito si Pau. Andito si Pau. Wala bang cheer dyan for Pau? Pau, kumusta ka coming to this game?
Okay naman po and ready na for this game.
Ano yan?
Nire-release ko lang yung tight muscles ko so pagdating sa game, ready na.
Meron ka bang, syempre di ba nandito tayo sa game ngayon, meron ka bang inspirasyon?
Meron. Inspirasyon ko yung point guard namin, si Tommy Elobario. Siya yung nagmo-motivate sa akin every game, every practice. Siyempre, sinasabihan niya ako anong dapat gawin ko sa court.
Kunwari nandyan si Tommy ngayon sa harap mo, siya yung camera. Ano yung cheesiest message mo para sa kanya?
Idol, pasahan mo ko mamaya, idol ha.
Naniniwala ka ba na sa'yo nag-message si Pao kasi pogi ka?
Medyo ako, yung dadalawang isip ako kay Paolo.
Pero ikaw, natanong natin siya kanina kung sinong inspirasyon niya. Ikaw ba? Meron kang inspirasyon?
Inspirasyon ko yung Luis Anggalang kasi sobrang angas sa court nun.
Tingin mo si Louie makakailang puntos for today's video?
Siguro mga 30 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists.
Ay, grabe, ang dami nun ha. Meron ka pang message para sa kanya?
Louie Boy, galingan mo mamaya para may tayo bonus.
Siyempre meron tayong mga baon sa mga bags natin every time pupunta tayo dito. Ano yung pinaka-paborito mong dala mo sa bag mo?
Walang laman yung bag ko eh.
Meron kang ilalabas sa bag mo ngayon kahit walang laman yan. Feeling ko naman may laman yan. Hindi naman basta-basta bag lang yan, di ba guys? Ano yon? Ano yon? Pakitaan mo kami.
Wale! Extra brief.
Sa mga teammates mo ngayon, sino yung palaging inaasar?
Ako. Ako.
Ano yung pangasar sa'yo?
Tsaka na bata.
Pero dito sa mga teammates mo, syempre, inaasar ka nila. Sino yung pinaka gusto mong press backan, kumbaga?
Si Boss Fran ako, di ba?
Ano yung pang-asar mo para sa kanya?
Boss, wag ka nang magpa...
Ngunit ngayong season 98, nagbago na ang kapalaran ng tinaguriang dark horse ng liga.
Gozum puts it on the floor. Gozum attacks on the opening.
Sa dulo ng elimination round, umangat sa tuktok ng team standings ang Benilde Blazers.
Oxon uncorks. Got it for Miguel Oxon.
At liyamado pa ang kupunan ni Charles Tew kontra sa team ng isa pang next generation head coach na si Yuri Escueta ng San Beda Red Lions.
Lakute though will pull the trigger and knock it down.
Hindi karaniwan para sa mga bidista na maging underdog sa isang serye. Pero pagdating sa isang knockout game, doon nagkakaalaman kung sino nga ba ang karapat-dapat na magtuloy ng kanilang kwento patungo sa inaasam na tagumpay.
And a quick counter! Slamma jamma for Will Gozum. Cometa spinning, laying it up and in. Back-to-back baskets for Gab Cometa. Oxon for three. Yes!
Animo Benilde. Go San Beda Fight!
Wow!
Andito na sila sa Final Four ng NCAA.
A little over 2 months have passed since we began NCAA Season 98, and here we are. This is the place to be, the dakilang city of San Juan, the venue para sa ating bakbakan ngayong araw dito sa Final Four ng Season 98 ng NCAA, as we see the fans from the Benilde Blazers trickling into the venue to face the San Beda University Red Lions ngayong November 29. Ito po ang ating unang laro. Number 1, Benilde Blazers taking on the number 4 San Beda University Red Lions in our first game. At pagkatapos nun, mga kapuso, mapapanood po natin ang defending back-to-back champions Colegio de San Juan de Letran Knights, led of course by Mr. Fantastic Fran Yu, nahaharap naman sa koponan ni Maclod Guadagna at ang LPU Pirates na pumasok sa Final Four as the number 3 seed. This is all seen live on GTV and all over the world sa pamamagitan ng GMA Pinoy TV at sa GMA News TV International. And of course, we have our live streaming all over social media via NCAA Philippines on YouTube and Twitter. At syempre, for all information about sports, do follow us on GMA Sports PH on Twitter and Facebook as well. Mabuhay Pilipinas! Ako po si Anton Rojas. Welcome mga kapuso to the Final Four, and with me to break down our first game for today between the Benilde Blazers and the San Beda University Red Lions, we have Baby Bear Andre Paras.
Hello, Anton. I'm so excited. Another beautiful day for NCAA basketball, pero not just a game, it is our Final Four. I am so excited to be working with you and watching the game as it goes by.
The Benilde Blazers made history by returning to the Final Four for the first time in 20 years. Eto namang San Beda, this is a peculiar situation for them because we are not used to seeing the Red Lions entering this stage of the tournament as the lowest seed.
That is true, and this is where the mental game comes in. If that is your standing, you have to make sure you use it as motivation to go hard in today's game. And as obviously, CSB twice to beat. So what will San Beda do to get that win today? So let us see kung anong gagawin nila sa ating laro mamaya.
Well, those questions and many more will be answered throughout our coverage today. And helping us get the answers, of course, ang ating mga kasamahan at courtside reporting for the Benilde Blazers, we have Julia Ong. And on the other side, reporting for the San Beda University Red Lions, makasama natin si Avia Zunich. So the gang is all complete. We've got Julia and Avia, you and me here at the panel. It should be a great day for basketball as we start things off with this matchup between the Blazers and the Red Lions.
That is true, and I'm really excited to see what these teams will be doing today, knowing that CSB nga has a twice-to-beat advantage. Ito, based on experience, correct me if I'm wrong, if you have a twice-to-beat advantage, there are teams that tend to relax. Pero on the good side naman for the San Beda Red Lions, if this may be their last game or not, they have to go hard no matter what to get this win.
It's hard to believe though, Dre, that this is the first time that San Beda is figuring in a do-or-die game so early since Sam Ekwe changed the whole landscape of collegiate basketball when he arrived in 2006. Benilde entered the Final Four, 14-4 win-loss record. San Beda University, 12-6, still very impressive, but not what we're used to.
That is true. And when you're talking about the San Beda Red Lions, no matter what their standing was, in the previous years, previous seasons, they are still here in the Final Four. Yun nga lang, they don't have those twice to beat advantages like before, like they did. So they cannot relax in today's game. Same with the Benilde naman, they cannot relax. So this game is basically both of them, no relaxing, go hard, and know your game. And yun lang ang kailangan nilang gawin.
Let's take a look at what happened in the elimination round meetings between these two teams. And it was a perfect sweep for the Benilde Blazers. James Kwekotey, in the first round, had a career-high 28 points. This guy is averaging 23 points per game against the Benilde Blazers this year. Pero ang tanong, Andre, sino ang tutulong dito sa King Lion na si James Kwekotey para manalo kontra sa Blazers?
Yun nga, thank you, Tony. And I do, see nga, James Kwekotey, top performer ito. Yung maganda dito kay James Kwekotey muna tayo, the way he facilitates offense. If there are times you see a broken play, hindi nasusunod ng play, he can go on and do it himself and make the most out of a broken play. So going with what you're asking, who can help him? We have JB Bayo. He's a good 4-5 player. What he needs lang talaga kay Bayo is to be consistent in his mid-range game. And for his other teammates naman, they need to learn and react as fast as they can with whatever defense CSB gives them. And going naman dito sa CSB, kita nga natin the monster numbers of Miguel Ocson. Yes, 5 out of 9 from the 3-point range, but he made those 3 points when his team needed the most.
Miguel Ocson, 19 points in the first round meeting, and in the second round meeting naman, it was Mark Sanko who stepped up for the Benilde Blazers, and I guess that's what the advantage has been for the team of Coach Charles Yu. Hindi alam ng San Beda kung sino ang magse-step up at manguna sa opensa on any given day, and that's what's happened in the series between San Beda and Benilde so far here in season 98. Now, this is a matchup between two of the best offensive teams in the league.
Offensive teams, like you say, first and second in points. So, as we're talking about the statistical comparison, number 1 nga ang Benilde. But ito nga, like I've been mentioning earlier, kaya magsawa kayo sa akin, you need to be consistent. And when we're looking here, magugulat kayo. Sa 3-point field goals, bakit sila 6? Bakit sila 5th place? When you're watching games like James Kwekotey always making it fly, Ocson making it fly as well. But the thing is, these are players that know when to score for their team. So, if you're putting the statistics aside, ito nga, again, consistency is key.
Of course, we're going to see a lot of stars come out to ball today, and there is no bigger star in the NCAA than that man, ang pambato ng Concepcion Tarlac, 6'6" power forward / center, Will Gozum, who is an absolute lock for MVP this year.
I am not surprised that he is on lock for MVP. From the first round, second round, there is no difference in his game. He is always consistent when it goes for offense and for defense as well. Yun nga lang, what I've noticed, second round meeting nila with Beda, he took a while to warm up. So, ang problema lang ng Beda ngayon is how would you do early work on this big guy? You have to make sure he does not get his rhythm as soon as possible. Pero wala, Will Gozum can find ways to score. Here's an example. If he gets defended well at the wing, he can do what he does his best by attacking it. So, he has a lot of counter moves. Kaya nga siya yung MVP. So, Beda, you have to do your best in defending him.
It's been 17 years since the Benilde Blazers last had an MVP. That was Jay Sagad back in 2005, season 81 of the league. So, napakalaking bagay that the Benilde Blazers have an MVP in Will Gozum. Sinabi mo kanina, Dre, na magsawa kayo sa akin. Ide-debut natin ngayong araw. Andre's perfect script. He will tell us kung bakit mananalo ang Benilde Blazers ngayong araw. What does the team of Charles Yu have to do to beat San Beda again?
Here, obviously, trust the system. Why trust the system? Because it's working. Look at them. They have the twice to beat advantage. Ang ganda kasi ng flow na lang offense and as well sa defense. They do well in defense. Their defense translates to offense. Pero yung maganda dito with the offense and the system of Coach Charles Yu sa Benilde is that even if they get defended well with their plays, they know how to create for themselves. So they have to trust each other and of course the system to prevail in today's game. Ito naman, we have move with purpose. Who's a good example? We have Cortesa. We have players who know how to move without the ball. Players who know how to confuse the defense and make sure to get those open spots inside the paint where they are a threat. And last but not the least, we have dominate the paint. obviously we have big guys like Gozlem, Lepalang, Cortez always waiting, always moving underneath the basket, waiting for that perfect drop pass. And ito, shoutout din kay Mark Sanko for dominating the second round game, and I hope he can do it in today's game kasi importante talaga yung paint for this game.
Mark Sanko shot 9 out of 11 in the second round. He was the X factor in that game against San Beda. But San Beda, of course, they have their backs against the wall. And that young man right there, the Phil-Canadian shooting guard, James Kwekute, could be playing in his final game in the NCAA. As I mentioned earlier, he has come up big against Benilde this year. But the question is, who will step up to support the King?
It's either we have James Kwekute being consistent, using it as motivation. If it's his last year, he has to go all out. If not, we have JB Bayo, we have Cortez. There are so many players that Coach Yuri can pick up from his bench. Ang kailangan talaga nila is to trust the system and be consistent and know where one another is when they are trying to run their offense.
James Canlas grew up in Toronto, Canada, but his mom, Lolita, hails from Angeles, Pampanga, so he does have some Filipino roots. Andre, you gave the reasons as to why the Benilde Blazers will win today. So let's flip the script. Ano naman ang kailangan gawin ng San Beda para magtagumpay ngayong araw?
Here, know your role. We can see first and second round meeting, there's no difference in their offense. They know where to position. If you can notice later, pag may magdadrive, kung maganda ang defense sa kanilang driving lane, they know where to kick out. Knowing James Kwekute, who loves to ISO, he is humble enough to know his role by staying at the corner. They stick to their system very well. That's why I am very excited for the San Beda Red Lions and see what they can put on the table in today's game because they know their system. All they need to be is aggressive and consistent. And last but not the least, locate the open man, which is perfect with their play. They always locate. When they can't attack, they won't force it. They will look for the next swing pass. They will look for the next player inside the paint. So what you want to see here with San Beda is the way they share the ball. So they always have to locate the open man for the higher percentage shots.
At the half, we will revisit Andre's perfect script for both Benilde and San Beda. But for now, let's turn it over to our Coliseum announcer para makilala ang mga starters dito sa ating unang laro sa Final Four.
Good afternoon. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 98. Achieve greatness every day. Live ngayon sa GTV Worldwide sa pamamagitan ng GMA Pinoy TV at GMA News TV International at may live streaming pa sa gmanetwork.com, NCAA Philippines website at sa YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Welcome right here at the Phil Oil Eagle Oil Center. Our first game for Tuesday, Final Four doubleheader. It's the Battle of Animo. It's the number 1 seeded CSB Blazers facing the number 4 seed San Beda Red Lions. The Blazers have the twice to beat advantage. Let's meet our starting fives. Starting for the CSB Blazers, returning to the Final Four after 2 decades. At center, number 27, Ladis Lepalam. At guard, number 8, Mix Oxon. Forward, number 7, Robbie Naive.
Ayan po mga kapuso, ang manguna sa kupunan ni Coach Charles Steele. You've got Ladis Lepalam, the man in the middle. Miguel Oxon, JC Colliar, the backcourt. And of course, on the other side, Will Gozum, this year's MVP, and Robbie Naive. Coach Charles bringing out the big guns today to start off this contest. Remember, in the first round, Oxon and Gozum actually came off the bench. Ngayon naman, ito ang mga manguna sa kupunan ni Coach Yuri Escueta, Danny Quintapay, the man in the middle, JB Bahio, the graduating power forward. We've also got Tony Inot, James Kwekute, and the point guard will be Peter Alfaro. Your thoughts on this starting unit for both Coach Charles and Coach Yuri?
There are so many players you could have put in any of their starting lineups because you can see already how much of a threat these players are. So what I'm trying to say is, kahit sino pa ilagay ni Coach Jan, Coach Yuri or Coach Charles, alam mong aggressive sila. And I'm really happy with the combination the both coaches put. So I am excited to see what it will play out in the first quarter.
Will Gozum actually went over to the bench of San Beda to shake their hands bago nagsimula ang laban na to. I've never seen that before. I mean, in a game like this.
It could be some mind tricks, or we never know. Let's see how it plays out later.
San Beda, I can't believe I'm saying this. First game in the Final Four, and it's a do-or-die situation for them. Oxon, first shot doesn't drop. Gozum with the offensive rebound.
This is what I'm talking about with Oxon. If you're letting him shoot, kahit nagbimintes yan, he will get his rhythm. So you really need to put a body up on him as soon as possible.
Kwekute with the rebound. 2 shots, Oxon does not drop. Oxon, of course, one of the leading candidates for Rookie of the Year. Enot. This was one of your keys to victory in your perfect script. Locate the open man.
And they're pretty much always in the corner, so you need to know where the man is. If they can't make it, they will attack you. So you better put a body up on that man on the corner for San Beda.
Oh, you gotta love the energy here at the Phil Oil Echo Oil Center. This is the Final Four, baby. Alfaro, binigay dito kay Bahio. Kuntapay, dinedepensa, nilabalam. It's Cuellar on Kwekute. This is an interesting matchup, Dre.
I am not surprised because knowing Kwekute, he is fast. Look at that layup. You have to be as fast as him or faster if I'm not mistaken. So you have to put as much as possible the fastest player on Kwekute because he can pull up or drive out of nowhere.
This is the response. Will Gozum scoring the first basket for the Benilde Blazers. So it's the 2 leading scorers from their respective teams scoring their first baskets here in the Final Four. Kuntapay from the corner. Naive comes up with the board.
I'm surprised to see the big men of San Beda are all facilitating outside beyond the arc and not inside. So maybe this is a new game plan for Coach Yuri to get the guards more involved.
Tony Enot has yet to score in double digits against Benilde this season. Tony Enot breaking free. Oxon trying to respond, loses control. It's San Beda basketball. Kwekute, handoff. Bahio bumitin sa area. JB Bahio draws a foul.
Looking at JB Bahio, the way he attacked the basket, he had 2 or 3 guys on him. So this is a scary side for the Benilde Blazers. You need to push out Bahio out from the painted area for him not to get a comfortable shot inside the paint.
Earlier, Dre, we were talking about how this could be the final game of James Kwekute in the NCAA. Avia Zunic was able to speak to James right before this contest.
All I know is this won't be my final game. These are the words of a more focused and intense James Kwekute, as his #1 goal that motivates him to go hard right now is to give his team a championship and leave Mendiola with an impact. Just like any other player, it may have been a rocky season for the King Lion with his ups and downs, but one thing is for sure, Anton and Andre, there is no room for mistakes, and no one from Coach Yuri Escueta's team, not even James, can afford to have a bad game today. James knows that as long as he gives it his all, everything will fall into its right place and odds will be in their favor. With the big-time support of the Bedlam community here at Phil Oil and watching live on our social media platforms, we rise as one, chanting for San Beda, our country, and God. Back to you, gentlemen.
James actually already won a championship as a rookie back in NCAA season 94. But it's different because during that time, Robert Bolick was there. Davon Potts was there.
Wow.
JV Mocon was there. It's different when you can say that you were the leader and you won a championship.
Exactly. And knowing that James already said that this may not be his final year, that is one way to boost the confidence of your teammates, knowing that he will still have your backs next season. So I'm excited to see how James will play in today's game, if he will use it as motivation as well for his teammates.
He has played well, but the one question that we're asking on the San Beda side is who will step up? Naive popping out for 3. Robbie Naive misfiring, tapikan for the loose ball, and Will Gozum scores. Let's go now to Julia Ong, who has this report on the Benilde Blazers side.
Family, ayan daw ang best word to describe kung ano ang CSB Blazers since the the beginning, Coach Charles Chu instilled to them that they are one. Lahat nga daw nasasabi nila, walang taguan ng feelings kumbaga. Kaya nakikita naman natin na visible ang strong connection na meron sila inside the court. They know there's still a long way to go. Kaya ang sandigan nila syempre ay walang iba kundi ang isa't isa. For the CSB community, their family, and everyone who believes in them, this game is mostly for their mentor, Coach Charles, who saw their capabilities and strength when no one else did. Kaya gusto na daw nilang tapusin ang one step na ito for the next big thing. Back to you, gentlemen.
Coach Charles Tew joined the Benilde Blazers as an assistant coach to T.Y. Tang. Assumed the head coaching position last season, season 97, and now, in just his second year as the head coach, leads the Benilde Blazers to the Final Four and hopefully to the finals.
And that's what you gotta like about the system of Coach Charles Chu. Trusting the process. It takes a while. It doesn't mean you're gonna be there on top na kayo. Pero look at him, the patience that he has. It is all worth it. So let us see in today's game kung worth it nga talaga ang mga ginagawa ng Speed players.
Miguel Oxon, a guy who is not afraid to shoot and a guy who could have been the missing piece for the Blazers last season.
Here for Oxon, what I like about his game, he's so confident. And what yung maganda dito, Coach Charles Chu's green light to all the players. There are times when you have players shooting too much, they miss a lot, tinatanggal sa game. Pero dito, Coach will let you get your rhythm. Kaya ang ganda ng confidence na binibigyan ni Coach Charles sa kanilang mga players.
Kwekute to Baguio. What a matchup. Baguio against Gozum. And Will's got to be careful with his fouls as well.
He has to be careful, but good on him that he's putting a body on Bayo because I'm sure they did their scouting report. Bayo will make it from the mid-range, or if you defend well, he will attack. But good thing for Will, he's acting like a wall kay Bayo, so he just has to be consistent in defending Bayo.
JB Baguio backing down Gozum. Baguio. Oxon from way out. Miguel Oxon for three.
This is what I mean. He has missed some shots, but that did not let him feel down with his offense. He did not adjust. He is just playing his game. He'll just keep on shooting when he has the green light. So I'm sure Oxon already has his rhythm, so you have to defend him properly for him not to make it again.
Kwekute fakes off Oxon, shoots a three. James Kwekute with the shooter's bounce. And could that be a sign that it's his day? We'll find out.
Lahat ng teams gustong mag-champion.
Larupay for the lead! Yes!
At para sa letran, Benilde, San Beda, at LPU. Gagawin nila ang lahat para makamit ito. Kaya ang drama ng hardcourt huwag palampasin.
Racing for three! Kaboom!
This is your NCAA Season 98 Final Four, November 29 na on GTV. Final Four na!
Here's Robin Ivan. Gozum with a two-handed jam!
20 years ago pa nang huli silang nakapasok sa Final Four. Last season, muntikan. Kaya naman kahit anong distractions ang dumating sa kanila, naka-zero in na sila sa...
Welcome to the Final Four. It is the number 1 Benilde Blazers taking on the number 4 ranked San Beda University Red Lions. The Blazers are here after a 20-year Final Four drought. James Kwekute and the Red Lions are trying to stay alive and force a deciding game for the right to advance to the finals. This was the last shot for James Kwekute before the timeout. And you can see that he is trying to pump himself up. JC Gilliar is not somebody who will instigate anything. But you saw James just smack the ball away from him.
And you can't let that happen because you can't have these mind games affect your game. It's just the first quarter. But let's see, like you mentioned earlier, shooters bounce, baka naman that was meant to be. So tingnan natin ang consistency ni James Kwekute mamaya.
There you go. I just mentioned him earlier. The former King Lion, Robert Bolick. Now, he was still on the team when James was a rookie.
Yes. And I'm excited for Robert Bolick to be here. I wonder if he was able to speak to the players, give them some advice because of course he has some championship experience. So tingnan natin kung ano man ang ginawa ni Robert Bolick para sa kanilang kupunan dito sa San Beda Red Lions.
I'd be shocked, Dre, if he did not speak in the locker room. Because we know how much Robert loves San Beda. 3 championships, a 3-peat when Robert was playing for the red and white. Naive on the drive. Naive could not finish. And a surprise entry here for San Beda, Payusing. And you can see that all that pent-up energy was just released on that coast-to-coast drive attempt.
And looking at both teams, they are struggling a little bit from outside because you can see the intensity. Early on, we were talking, catching up, so happy, but the mood changed. It became so exciting and the energy became so serious. So I'm sure ito ang nararamdaman ng ating mga players ngayon. Grabe yung gigil nila. So the thing that they need to do right now is to control the pace. Because as of now, wala pa ako nakikitang team that is controlling the pace or calling out a proper play. Maybe it's because the defense are doing well, but the thing is, you need to control the pace and be more aggressive and be smart and move with a purpose.
James Payusing has appeared in 11 games for San Beda this season, but only played 5 minutes per contest and averaged 2.2 points per game.
I won't be surprised why he's inside. Maybe this is a game plan for coach. He is switching up players to get the person he is defending tired. So this is a good way to confuse the Benilde Blazers as well.
And he is tasked to defend Miguel Ocson, as we see former coach T.Y. Tang and of course Chris Tew, the brother of Coach Charles and of course Kapuso artist as well. Wow, Naive fouled while taking that 3-point attempt, Dre.
You can see the play of Benilde Blazers is kind of different from the past games we've seen because they are playing with a broken play. You cannot see if they're handing off or trying to dump it in the post. They are making it happen from the outside. They are lucky enough to be getting fouled so they can make up for their missed shots. Pero ito, if you are missing from the outside, you have to find your way inside by dumping it in the post where you are all after it inside the paint.
Robbie Naive this season averaging 8.3 points per game, and he's also one of the best free throw shooters in the league, shooting 87.5% from the line.
I won't be surprised if he's shooting well from the inside. That means the confidence he has for shooting it and making it from the outside. And then naman, we can see Sanko inside the game. I am excited to see what he will be doing. Will he be the savior? Will he be able to make his presence felt already here in the last 4 minutes of our first quarter?
He scored a career-high 19 points in the second round. Mark Sanko did. He was the X factor in that second round matchup. Gab Cometa, he scored in double digits in both the meetings of these two teams in the elimination round. He is in early for Coach Yuri Escueta.
And that's the way Cometa plays. He will go coast to coast if you don't put a player in front of him. And that is a good matchup. We have Prince Carlos on Cometa, both the fastest players on each team. Kaya you can see Cometa trying to take his time with attacking the basket. So it's good to see that they know who their matchups are.
And JB Baguio caught stepping on the baseline. Malinaw yon. Kitang-kita sa ating replay.
JB Bayus being aggressive, that's his game. He'll make it in the mid-range. Kung hindi, he will attack. But it's good that Will Gozum is there to put a body on him. So the only thing that needs to happen is for Will to take care and not get into foul trouble early in the game.
James Kwekute will take a breather. He's played 5 minutes and 28 seconds, has already scored 5 points, grabbed 1 rebound, and dished out 1 assist.
James Kwekute taking his time to warm up, but let's see. You never know. If he gets that well-needed rest second quarter or maybe before the first quarter ends, babalik siya with more confidence.
Well, Robbie Naive appears to be the X factor for the Benilde Blazers here in the first quarter, as Naive already has 5 points.
Naive making his presence felt by being aggressive, and that's a good thing. If you're an aggressive player, it will be contagious with your other teammates. Like for Ocson, if he can't be making his shots, he will find ways to attack and be like Naive as well. So I'm excited to see what this combination of Coach Charles will do in this quarter.
Robbie Naive. So interestingly, Robbie Naive is also a former Bedan.
Former yan. And so I wonder if he knows the system, or obviously it's a different system now, or if this is an extra motivation for him to go hard, knowing that you are going up against your former alma mater.
Part of that famed Red Cubs program. As we see Sanko missing on the alley-oop. Tony Inot picks it up. Inot looking for a friend. Cometa catches it on the outside. Cometa swings it to Sanchez. Sanchez thought about the three. Sanchez moves closer. Two-man game. Alex Vicer is able to score.
What a beautiful play. They are having trouble in attacking the basket. If they can kick it out, di makashoot, they will find the cutters inside. So what a way for San Beda to adjust.
Oxon. Naive. Carlos against Cometa. Carlos spins. Difficult pass, intercepted by Yukien Andrada.
What a read with the defense of San Beda. They know pag umatake ang Benilde, they will look for that open man inside. They will do a drop pass. Pero they had three guys inside the paint, kaya ang sikip, kaya they were able to attract the defense. So that's a good part on San Beda sa kanilang defense.
Inot off the glass and in. Tony Inot.
Tony Inot. If he's not shooting from the outside, he will be a threat inside. So you have to put a body on him and defend him and do early work as much as possible.
And when we come back, Tony Inot will shoot the bonus free throw.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Is this it? Yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest hard-court drama. We'll bring you stories behind each point and victory, one play at a time. Follow our official social media handles for your daily fix of hype and adrenaline. Online, GMA Sports. Apat na teams ang maglalaban sa kampyonato.
Grabe naman yung galaw na yun.
Dalawa sa kanila balak tapusin ang series sa Martes at ang other.
Here in San Juan, one side is a sea of green. And on the other side, it's all red. Alex Vicer making his presence felt early in this contest, as is Tony Inot, who has a chance to complete a three-point play.
I love the consistency of the San Beda Red Lions in their offense. And I'm surprised Benilde has not seen yet their open man at the corner. They do well in defending San Beda when they drive, but they forget that there's always an open man at the corner. So this is a big adjustment that Benilde needs to do. That's if San Beda makes their shots, but they need to do early work as much as possible.
Sanchez is defending Carlos. Jimboy Pastoran is now in the game. Oxon steps back. Oxon misfires. Cometa comes up with a board. Sanchez, binigay dito kay Vicer. Inot steps back for three. Oxon comes up with the rebound. Oxon, binigay dito kay Sanko. Pastoran. Pastoran to Prince. Carlos on the drive. Sanchez comes up with the rebound.
Looks like Benilde needs to find a way to adjust. If they can't shoot from the outside and attack, they need to go back to their bread and butter, which is pick and roll. But I haven't seen it for a while, so hopefully makita nila na adjustment na kailangan nila, because they are dominating inside the paint, so they need to do a pick and roll if driving or kicking out isn't working for them.
San Beda doing a good job of drawing fouls here in the first quarter.
This is why you get these fouls, is because they are moving without the ball. Nabubulaga ang kanilang mga nagde-defend sa kanila. They're moving around, setting screens, back picks. Kaya sumasabit ng mga kamay or legs nila to get those fouls. But that's the beauty of the San Beda Red Lions, is they always move without the ball. They move with a purpose.
Tony Inot, another player on this roster who is part of that San Beda Red Cubs basketball program, hails from Misamis Occidental Itong player na tinatawag nilang Tony Tones. As we learned in one of his interviews with us. Coach Charles Stew looking on. And that's going to be a quick breather for Robbie Naive.
Probably Coach Charles noticed that the impact that Naive has in this game. So of course he is needed. They need a leader right now. Dikit ang laban. I'm sorry, it's a tie already. So it's important to see how they can push farther with their offense.
Miguel Oxon will take a breather. He's got 5 points in his first NCAA Final Four game. Pastoran having a hard time getting into Gozom. Corteza is fouled by Cometa.
Finally, now this is what I'm talking about. They know they're struggling from outside and inside the paint, so they did a horns play. So now they have another big from outside and inside rolling. So Corteza was open inside, and what a great find to see your man who's inside with a higher percentage shot. So let's see kung magiging consistent sila in feeding and dumping the ball inside the paint.
Corteza checking one of the items in your perfect script, which is move with purpose. Able to get good position in the paint.
That's the beauty of the horns play. Once your side gets used, the opposite big will have to roll no matter what to make space on top of the key. And that's what happened kay Corteza. I have a feeling San Beda wasn't able to read it or have a game plan for it because he was wide open. So late na nga lang, kaya na-foul siya late ang defense. So that's good on the part of the CSB Blazers. So importante talaga is to know your role and know your spot. So he's doing well by moving with purpose.
Corteza 1 for 2 on that trip to the 9 as Cometa will bring the ball down for the Red Lions. McCoy Marcos is defending James Quecote in the corner. Cometa against Carlos. Cometa, bounce pass for Andrada. Andrada, bitin. Andrada, panibagong pagkakataon. Wala pa rin.
Looks like it's the battle of the pick and rolls. We can see San Beda also rolling to the basket.
Corteza missing on the drive. Naive for 3. Rebound, Quecote. Quecote, aggressive drive. James Quecote shooting it with the left hand.
That is amazing to see that we have a big man on Quecote. That's the first time I've seen it. That's a good game plan, knowing that Quecote loves those floaters and what a way to bother his shot.
Carlos, Corteza, and Corteza is able to score. Bully ball.
This is the beauty of the play. If they're defended well, they know how to adjust and create for themselves. And good on Corteza for recognizing that the defense was asleep, kaya naka-atake siya dun.
Quecote. Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul.
I'm also impressed with the game of Ino today. We know him for someone being a spot-up shooter, but this time, the way he adjusts, he knows how to attack and use his speed and using that body contact to go to the basket as much as possible. Kaya we don't see him much shooting for the outside, kaya ang gagawin niya, aatake siya.
Pastoran on the move. Jimboy at the buzzer. What a finish for the Benilde Blazers. Jimboy Pastoran, the returning player, making his presence felt. And the Benilde Blazers take the first period 19-14 here in the Final Four of NCAA Season 98.
Apat na teams ang maglalaban sa kampyonato.
Grabe naman yung galaw na yun.
Dalawa sa kanila balak tapusin ang series sa Martes at ang other 2 gagawin nilang lahat para i-extend ang series.
Can they do it right here? Yes, they will!
Benilde versus San Beda sa first game. Letran versus LPU sa second game. This is your NCAA Season 98 Final Four on GTV. pusong kampiyon. Tayo'y may pusong kampiyon. There's no stopping us from getting the latest news and catching every nerve-wracking moment of the NCAA games. Pumunta na sa official NCAA website, gmanetwork.com/NCAA at i-download ang official NCAA app para sa latest updates, full game videos at team rosters and box scores. Walang iwanan online sa Season 98 ng NCAA. Achieve greatness.
Animo Wars. Animo Benilde, Animo San Beda. And this is going to be an important matchup between the two power forwards. JB Baguio graduating. This could be his final game in the NCAA, Andre.
And here in today's game, it's okay. It's just the first quarter, but he only has 1 point. So he needs to do his best to make his presence felt. Ito naman, we can see Corteza doing his best, moving with purpose, and setting good screens. So both of these players, it's a beautiful matchup. They might be taking their time in heating up, pero importante na, you can't take your time. This is a do or die for you guys dito sa San Beda Red Lions.
And here he is, JB Baguio, matched up with Will Gozum. Baguio scored in double digits in the second round meeting. James. Now I feel Tony Enot has got to come up with a big game for the Red Lions if they were to stay alive today.
Yes, and you can see already, it's working. Yung kanyang hard work, the way he positions himself to get those rebounds. But if he can translate that to their offense, mahihirapan ang CSB Blazers.
Kuntapay hands it off to James Kwekute. And the point guards have been defending Kwekute here in this contest. As Naive is able to force a turnover, Coach Yuri wants the referees to review it.
And as much, I really love the game of James Kwekute. He knows when to use or call the ISO play, but we haven't seen it in the first quarter. It looks like they are trying something new with their system. Eto nga, if Kwekute cannot pull up that ISO or pull up from deep, he will attack. But the thing is, he's having a hard time kasi ang ganda ng mga players na dinalagay ni Coach Charles kay James. We have Prince Carlos, so we have Carlos also on him. So two players matching up their speed. So it's very important. If you want to stop James Kwekute, you have to match his speed or be faster than him.
That's a great point because at the start of the game, napansin natin na si JC Cuellar yung nakatao kay James.
There was a time Cuellar or Charles, but those are the two fastest players of CSB, and you are switching on Kwekute as much as possible. That's a good advantage for the CSB, having players who don't really care about scoring but defending well.
So that's a successful challenge by Coach Yuri Escueta as our referees change their call. Oh, Carlos deflecting that pass. Makibalita muna tayo sa Benilde Blazers. Balikan natin si Julia Ong.
Anton and Andre, during timeouts, Coach Charles Chu constantly reminds the team to be mindful of their spacing and to be solid in their defense. Ayaw na daw niyang makita ang slow start dahil the past 4 games ay ganito daw sila. And it seems that they have learned their lessons. Additional reminder is he wants them to play smart, lalo na si Will Gozum na alagaan ng fouls dahil ito daw ang tinatarget ng kalaban. Ayun na muna, balik sa inyo.
We saw JB Baguio score. Naisahan niya doon si Will Gozum. Aminado naman si Will. Apologizing right away to the bench. As Kuntapay brings the ball down, Dre. I haven't seen this a lot.
This is a good sight to see, knowing that you have players who can bring down the ball. But what does that mean? Is it because the point guards are not doing their jobs correct? Or maybe they are trying to set up something different. But yun nga lang, hindi na-execute ang kanilang offense. So let's see what they can do differently in the next possession.
Chimboy Pastoran. Wow. His confidence is just sky high right now.
And speaking of players who need to step up, we have Pastoran showing and making his presence felt already. So it's exciting to see who are the other players that can do the same for their teams.
Kwekute trying to use his strength in the post. Does not work. Pastoran again. Chimboy Pastoran with another one.
You gotta love the green light of Coach Charles too. They are making it and they will make it rain as long as they have that green light.
It's the biggest lead of the game for the Benilde Blazers.
gustong mag-champion.
Larupay for the lead. Yes!
At para sa Letran, Benilde, San Beda at LPU, gagawin nilang lahat para makamit ito. Kaya ang drama ng hardcourt huwag palampasin.
Racing for three. Kaboom!
This is your NCAA Season 98 Final Four, November 29 na on GTV. Final Four na.
Here's Robin Ivan. Goes with a two-handed jam!
20 years ago pa nang huli silang nakapasok sa Final Four. Last season, muntikan. Kaya naman kahit anong distractions ang dumating sa kanila.
It is the #1 ranked Benilde Blazers currently leading the #4 team, San Beda University Red Lions, by 9. It's the biggest lead of the game. Andre, how have they done it so far?
All right, just looking here, when you see the offense of the CSB Blazers, broken play or primary break, it's always early offense, and it works because it's surprising to see an early offense and they pull up from the 3-point. Usually ina-atake yan. Dito naman sa San Beda Red Lions, once they get the defensive rebound, they will set up their play. So it's two different offenses in today's game. But the thing that's prevailing right now is the offense, kumbaga, yung mas mabilis mag-execute, which is the CSB Blazers, because they will pull up even before they call a play.
Speaking of pulling up, James missing on that triple attempt. Another sorry miss for the Red Lions.
Looking at the San Beda Red Lions play, mukhang hindi pa ready ang kanilang offense and James just let it fly. So ang kailangan dito talaga mentally, they need to slow down and control the pace.
Sanchez. Contapay. Bounce pass to Baguio. Baguio. Too strong. Corteza comes up with the board.
And if you asked me earlier who should step up for the San Beda Red Lions, here's my answer. We have JB Bayo because he's the only one consistently open at the mid-range. He just needs to make those shots, especially those players who get kicked out sa corner.
So far, Baguio 1 for 4 from the field, 3 points. He's got to do a lot more for the Red Lions. They need him. Naive! And the Benilde Blazers are on fire here in the first half.
What is with that wing area? Their players are making a lot from that spot. So grabe ang kanilang confidence. Kahit may defender, they will make it fly. They need to put a body up as much as possible.
Contapay mula sa kanto. Contapay unable to put it down.
You can see the San Beda Red Lions, ang daming open sa corner. But the thing is, they need to connect those shots.
It is a 14-2 run for the Benilde Blazers. Carlos slicing through. And Alfaro will bring the ball down for the Red Lions. They've got to make something happen here. Baguio. You just mentioned it. He's got to step up.
And that was a sight to see because you can see that walang play ang tinawag ang San Beda Red. So he took matters to his own hands and attacking because that is his strength, especially the painted area.
Gozo missing on the drive. Baguio is running. Baguio foul. All right, let's go now to Avia Zunic, who has this report.
Gentleman, Coach Yuri reminds his players that they have been in this exact position last season. That's why he wants them to use this to their advantage because experience-wise, this should be in their favor. Before this game started, Anton and Andre, a mindset that Coach Yuri holds is to trust his players from first buzzer to their last. He can only do much teaching them the system. But when it comes to their hunger for the win, this is all on the Red Lions. And last word from Coach Yuri to end their huddle, keep doing because we won't die today. Back to the panel.
Coach Yuri Escueta, first-year head coach, looking on as Baguio is shaken up after this play.
I think the only time we see those kind of plays is if like the end of the game, but grabe talagang intensity dito sa laban. So I hope JB Bai is doing well. He's standing up. You know, it happens. So it's an accident, but you gotta love the intensity of both of these teams.
Go San Beda fight. That is the chant that we are hearing reverberate inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. And for the first time, Jacob Cortez will check into the game.
Jacob Cortez. I am excited to see how he will play. He's been doing well the past games, especially whenever they go up against the CSP players. It's like he knows what to do. And the thing is, yung maganda dito, he's a big guard. He knows how to use his speed and at the same time his physical strength to get inside. So this will be a huge help for JB Bayo. If Cortez can attack the basket and not make those shots, if he attacks, it's going to be a huge threat for the CSP Blazers.
Jacob Cortez averaging 5.8 points per game in his second season in the NCAA as a San Beda Red Lion. Robbie Naive, what a performance for him so far. Naive leading the Benilde Blazers with 8 points. Oh, Bahio missing on that free throw. Biggie Corteza, 3 points, 4 rebounds.
We can see the CSB Blazers are doing well when they are fast-paced. So if you want to go up against them, don't go as fast as them because that's what San Beda is doing. They're going fast, they're getting rattled. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to control the pace. Yes, hindi kayo lamang, but if you control the pace, that's when you can see who's open and how your offense will flow.
Cortez receives the inbound pass. Cortez, Inot from the corner. San Beda just unable to find the bottom of the net from beyond the arc.
What I liked about what Jacob did, when he drove to the basket, he was able to attract 2 or 3 defenders, which means there's another player open sa corner. Yun nga lang, they need to make those shots connect.
San Beda right now 1 out of 9 from beyond the arc. As you see in your screens, Benilde 4 out of 10.
I have yet to see the San Beda Red Lions call a horns or any pick and roll because they have players, when they roll, they know what to do with the ball once you give it to them in the paint. They can create for themselves. So I hope they're able to adjust in their upcoming possessions.
Pastoran giving it to Sanko, handoff to Jimboy. Pastoran, Gozum, short, Inot comes up with a board. This is Jacob Cortez. Swings it to Inot. San Beda's got to come up with a run before heading into the half. Sanchez. Viser on the drive. Bahio. Another opportunity and Bahio converts.
Now this is what you want to see. JB Bayo making it work, making it happen inside the paint. They are struggling with their offense, with their picks, their handoffs, shooting from the outside. So the thing they need to be consistent is by feeding JB Bayo. No matter what happens, he's the one making it for San Beda Lions. Find and locate him as much as possible.
And it seems that Coach Charles is really making sure that Gozum will not pick up early foul trouble as he sends him back to the bench after his second personal.
Most likely we're going to see Sanko and Bayo, both players who know how to position well. So it's going to be a tough matchup to see.
Miguel Oxon with a chance for a 4-point play.
Wow, this is what I've been trying to say. Once he gets his rhythm, it's going to be a hard time for San Beda Lions to stop Oxon.
Miguel Oxon lets it fly. My, oh my. One of the leading candidates for Rookie of the Year, Miguel Oxon, completes the 4-point play.
Wow. To think we are just in the second quarter, what more and what can he give in the third and fourth quarter in today's game?
Sanchez. Oh. Sanchez got lucky there, as the ball will remain with San Beda.
So you can see nga, they have players at the corner, defended well for them not to shoot, so they are attacking. So they just need to know how and when to attack at the right time.
What a game for Jimboy Pastoran, 8 points off the bench. Quecate back on the floor for San Beda. Sanko blocks Bahio.
Looks like James Quagote cannot create. And look, we have Marcos on him, so we can see all the players Coach Charles is trying to put in to tire out James Quagote. And looks like it is working for the CSB Blazers.
Coach Charles Yu wants to talk things over. His team is up by 10.
Kampiyonato, siyempre led by their MVP candidate Will Gozo. Ito na ba ang oras ng Benilde Blazers? This is your NCAA Season 98 Final 4, November 29 na on GTV. Lahat ng teams gustong mag-champion.
Larupay for the lead! Yes!
At para sa letran, Benilde, San Beda, at LPU. Gagawin nila ang lahat para makamit ito. Kaya ang drama ng hardcourt huwag palampasin.
Racing for three! Kaboom!
This is your NCAA Season 98 Final 4, November 29 na on GTV.
Lead for the Benilde Blazers as they look to close out the first half strong. Jessica Villarubin will perform in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. What a season it has been, a magical season for the Benilde Blazers, who are in the Final Four for the first time in 20 long years. And they have a chance to make even more history by returning to the finals with a win today. Colliar. Corteza against Becer. Corteza. Baggio unable to complete the steal. Colliar spins. Quacote with another rebound.
You can see CSB players already trying to get their bigs involved by starting their play inside. So let us see kung sa mga ibang possessions, ito pa rin ang gagawin nila, or will they stick to their outside shots?
Cortez stops, pops, doesn't drop. Sanko comes up with a board. And Quacote is able to steal the ball away. Cortez to James. JB, power move, loses his footing. Colliar stops on a dime. Sanko with the putback.
This is what Sanko did in their previous matchup in the second round. Always being there, knowing his role, knowing his spots. Ito, ang ganda ng kanyang timing. So if you don't want him to do that, make sure you box him out as fast as you can.
Cortez. Cortez, crossover, spin move. Jacob Cortez with a spectacular move.
This is what I mean. He knows how to use his speed to his advantage. So what a way to get his shot in the game.
Enoch steals the ball. Cortez, top pass. Becer could not finish. Corteza. Oxon with the rebound. Scramble for the loose ball, picked up by the Red Lions. Cortez shoots a three. Jacob Cortez is giving San Beda some life.
Now this is what you want to see. We want JB Bay to step up, but we have Jacob Cortez taking matters to his own hands. So what a game for Jacob Cortez, and only in our second quarter.
Jacob Cortez did not play at all in the first quarter. He's only played 3 minutes and 34 seconds so far, but he has done this, giving San Beda life. And the crowd is now roaring because of the cool cub. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. Pastoran maintains his dribble. Makoy Marcos looking up at the clock. Marcos hops inside. Oxon. Oxon loses control. Cortez with a steal. Quacote against Pastoran. Quacote to Sanchez. Sanchez for three. No, Oxon with the board.
Looks like it's a battle of the fast break or primary break, so we have to see players and teams, you gotta relax, control the pace.
Sanko tries his luck from the outside, doesn't work, and Cortez will set up the offense for San Beda. Jacob against Pastoran. Jacob gets the ball back. Jacob hand off to James for three. Quecote overshoots that one.
James Quecote is also a good player when it comes to attacking the basket, but you can see he's falling in love too much with the outside shot, so hopefully we can see him adjust in the upcoming possessions.
Cortez gives the ball back to James. Dami Contapay hands it off to Jacob. Jacob back to Dami. Dami with a floater. It's good.
Now this is what is happening. They know Jacob Cortez will shoot that from the outside. When he gets defended well, that means another player will be open. So what a way for him to find the rolling big.
A 7-0 run for the Red Lions. It's been a rampage. Pastoran over Cortez. Quecote comes up with another rebound.
You can see Benilde shooting from the outside. It's because of the zone defense of the San Beda Red Lions. They are having a hard time attacking the basket. So what a way to adjust dito sa San Beda Red Lions.
James Quecote. Andrada from the corner. And Pastoran comes up with the board. Sanko throws the ball ahead to Corteza. Corteza spin move. Miggy Corteza could not finish. San Beda still has time. 3 seconds to go. Sanchez, foul. Justin Sanchez fouled on this fast break drive, and now he will shoot two before the first half ends. Sanchez, a 58.1% free throw shooter. Not very good for the Red Lions this season, but he makes good on the first. As Gozum looks on, he's on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
And this is what I like right now. Dito, before the end of our second quarter, we can see these players already knowing their role. So hopefully, madadala nito sa third and fourth quarter because they already know where their open mans are.
San Beda with a 9-0 run. And they held the Benilde Blazers scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the first half. And it all started because of the cool cub, Jacob Cortez, crossover spin move, giving the Red Lions life. Oxon with that 4-point play moments ago. The Benilde Blazers lead the San Beda Red Lions 34-31 in the Final Four.
What is up mga ka-NCAA? Nandito tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights kung saan nagaganap ang kanilang mga preparasyon. Kaya naman halina't halukayin natin ang kanilang mga emosyon. So paano? Tara! So nandito tayo ngayon, papasok tayo ngayon sa dugout ng Letra Knights at makikita natin kung paano sila mag-prepare. So ayan, makikita natin sa kanila. So at this point, interview natin dito si Pau. Andito si Pau. Wala bang cheer dyan for Pau? Pau, kumusta ka coming to this game?
Okay naman po and ready na for this game.
Ano yan?
Nire-release ko lang yung tight muscles ko, so pagdating sa game, ready na.
Meron ka bang, syempre di ba nandito tayo sa game ngayon, meron ka bang inspirasyon?
Meron. Inspirasyon ko yung point guard namin, si Tommy Elobarrio. Siya yung motivate sa akin every game, every practice. Siyempre, yung sinasabihan niya ako anong dapat gawin ko sa court.
Kunwari nandyan si Tommy ngayon sa harap mo, siya yung camera. Ano yung cheesiest message mo para sa kanya?
Idol, pasahan mo ko mamaya, idol ha.
Naniniwala ka ba na sa'yo nag-message si Pau kasi pogi ka?
Medyo ako, yung dadalawang isip ako kay Paolo.
Pero ikaw, natanong natin siya kanina kung sinong inspirasyon niya. Ikaw ba? Meron kang inspirasyon?
Inspirasyon ko yung Luis ang galang kasi sobrang angas sa court nun.
Tingin mo si Louie makakailang puntos for today's video?
Siguro mga 30 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists.
Ay, grabe, ang dami nun ha. Meron ka pang message para sa kanya?
Louis Boy, galingan mo mamaya para may tayo bonus.
Siyempre meron tayong mga baon sa mga bags natin every time pupunta tayo dito. Ano yung pinaka-paborito mong dala mo sa bag mo?
Walang laman yung bag ko eh.
Meron kang ilalabas sa bag mo ngayon kahit walang laman yan. Feeling ko naman may laman yan. Hindi naman basta-basta bag lang yan, di ba guys? Ano yon? Ano yon? Pakitaan mo kami.
Wale! Extra brief.
Sa mga teammates mo ngayon, sino yung palaging inaasar?
Ako. Ako.
Ano yung pangasar sa'yo?
Tsaka na bata.
Pero dito sa mga teammates mo, syempre, inaasar ka nila. Sino yung pinaka gusto mong press backan, kumbaga?
Si Boss Fran ako, di ba?
Ano yung pang-asar mo para sa kanya?
Boss, wag ka nang magpaagaw ng bola sa akin.
Huwag magpapaagaw ng bola. Malupit yun, ha? Tingin mo ikaw, bro, makakailang puntos ka for this game?
Ano lang, 2 points.
2 points lang kaya mo ipangako ngayon?
Hindi, siguro mga 2 digits.
Louie, kung meron kang syempre, dumaan na tayo sa maraming games, di ba? Sa lahat ng teams, okay? Kung merong isang player na hahamunin mo na one-on-one kayo basketball, sino yon? Sa kahit anong teams, ha?
Si Omega. Par, lagi kang mag-iingat. Good luck sa mga laro nyo. I miss you.
Kaya naman mga ka-NCAA, nakita nyo kung paano mag-prepare ang ating mga Letter Knights sa loob ng kanilang dugout. Hindi lang sila basta seryoso, di ba? May mga kakulitan din sila na tinatago. Ako po sila sa Tiago, and this is Game On! Nandito na ang pinakamahalagang tanong na susubok sa pakikipagtalastasan ng ating mga atletang Pilipino. Siyempre, joke lang yun. May gusto ka bang malaman? Ask mo! Nakashoot ka na ba ng corner 3?
Siyempre, nakashoot na.
Pag nasa confrontation corner ka, kunwari, nandyan yung girlfriend mo, tapos tinanong, sino yung kasama mong ibang babae nung isang araw? Nakita ko kayo. Paano ka lulusot doon?
Love, kaklase ko lang nung high school yun.
Oh, ang ganda ng sagot pero parang hindi yata maganda yung sitwasyon, di ba? Ayaw nating mapunta sa ganung sitwasyon, tama?
Tama.
Anong size ng sapatos mo?
Size 12 po. 13, size 13.
Yung game shoes ko, 14.
Yung hindi game shoes?
13, 12 ka.
So, ito, fill in the blanks tayo, ha? Pag malaki ang paa, malaki din ang...
Kamay.
Kamay, syempre, sumalo ng...
Bola.
Yun! Pag malaki daw ang sapatos, malaki din ang...
Puso.
Yun! Malaki ang puso, di ba? Pag malaki yung sapatos, malaki din ang...
Yung pagmamahal sa kapwa.
Yun! Sino kaya ang may mas malaking chance manalo? Yung isang taon nagpa-practice ng offense o yung isang taon nagpa-practice ng defense?
Siyempre, isang taon na nagpa-practice ng defense kasi para sa akin, darating din naman yung offense kapag nagdi-defense tayo.
So, nabanggit mo din, darating at darating din naman. Dumating na ba?
Dumating na.
Yun, dumating na. Masaya ka ba?
Masayang masaya.
Gaano kasaya?
Sobrang saya.
Anong mas masaya? Yung kapag nalaman mong dumating na yung the one mo o yung nanalo kayo ng championship? Pipili ka lang ng isa.
Siyempre yung championship.
Siyempre, career muna. Okay. So, ito na pala yung huling pagkikita nyo nung the one mo. Last shot. Diba? Lamang ng 1 point ang kalaban. Ikaw kunwari yung coach. Sino ang papapasukin mo? Si Jordan, Kobe, o si LeBron?
Mas gusto ko maglaro ng clutch si Jordan talaga.
Siyempre Jordan. Kasi yun yung isa sa mga idols ko na nag-inspired sa akin na maglaro po. Para sa akin si
34-31, that is our tally at the half. The Benilde Blazers are looking to book a return trip to the finals for the first time in 20 years. San Beda hoping to force a deciding game as they are entering this stage as the number 4 seed. Glad to have you with us on GTV and Don Rojas together with Andre Paras and Dre. Kindly break down the numbers in that eventful first half.
All right, I want to touch up on the 3-point field goals because we both know, or we all know, they have shooters on both teams. We have Oxon, we have Kwekotay. But the thing is, the defense was doing their job very well. And dito naman, the reason why San Beda Red Lions have missed a lot of 3-point shots is because they were open. Don't get me wrong, ang ganda na ng kanilang play. Whenever San Beda drives, tapos defend ang kanilang driving lane, when they kick out, they are always open. But yun nga lang, hindi lang nasushoot ang kanilang mga 3 points. Dito naman sa Benilde Blazers, you can see na ang ganda ng scouting ng San Beda Red Lions because they are having a hard time shooting from the outside. And if you've noticed, if we have all watched and noticed, the times that they were able to make those shots outside were from broken plays or from times when they created on their own. So there are times mapapansin natin that they are not really creating or sticking to their offense, pero they are able to create on their own.
Nakita natin kanina, 0 fast break points for the Benilde Blazers, and that to me is shocking because Benilde is actually number 2 in the league when it comes to fast break points, averaging 14.4 per contest, but they have made up for that with their outside shooting.
Exactly, and I got what you mentioned, they are the top sa fast break points, pero nahihirapan sila dito because San Beda can control the speed also of the CSB Blazers when it comes to running up and down the court. But yun nga lang, they aren't doing well with the fast break, also with dominating the paint. So it's the same thing, they are having a hard time with getting inside the paint.
Now I gotta ask you, Andre, what did San Beda do to come up with that 9-0 run to end the first half?
Oh, we have to give huge credit to Jacob Cortez. When he entered the game, the whole energy changed. It's like he's the one who knows the system well. He was able to create shots for himself. Like I've told you earlier, yung sa keys to winning, locate the open man. But who else is open but the ball handler himself? So Jacob was able to create for himself and also for his teammates. And ang laking tulong dito ni JB Bayo with 9 points. Enot with 6, Kwekotay with 5. Hopefully, we can see Kwekotay dominate more in the upcoming quarters. And dito naman sa CSB Blazers, it's a huge surprise that they are struggling at the end of the second quarter. Pero tingnan natin kung ma-maintain ang kanilang offense dito sa third and fourth.
Dre, for the Benilde Blazers, it hasn't been perfect, but almost.
Almost, okay. I give it to them. They were trusting the system. They were doing well. It obviously looked like they know what they were doing. They were moving with purpose. Ang gaganda ng kanilang mga cut. They were able to move without the ball. But here's what was missing. Because I'm comparing this with their other games and especially with their first and second round meetings, I haven't seen anyone dominate the paint yet. Because they do well in pick and rolls. They do well in locating the man inside. But they haven't started their offense inside the paint yet. So let's see. Because if that gets a check mark, oh my goodness, we might see a bigger lead dito sa CSB Blazers.
Now, on the other hand, I'm surprised to see that you've checked all of the items here for San Beda.
Okay, the first quarter, I was gonna say maybe they didn't know their role, but I had to change my mind was because when I see that it took time for them to warm up, pero they all know their role kasi when you look at their offense, hindi sila kalat tingnan. They know where to position, they know where to locate the open man. The only thing that kind of looked bad was when they were missing those shots. But again, they were locating their open man, they were sticking to the system. Kahit nasa stop sila ng CSB Blazers, even if they are being defended well, the next possession, they are doing the same thing, which obviously means they are sticking to the system. Ito naman, you can see the reason why they missed so many 3-point shots. They were open. Why? Because they were located by their guards or whoever was bringing down the ball. So everything was checked because they were doing well. Yun nga lang, they have to be consistent in making their shots.
So we have to rewrite the script. Locate your man and make the shot.
Yes.
Because it's not enough that you just locate the man. You gotta make the shot.
You have to make the shot. Okay, you guys look good with offense. But of course, you have to make those shots. Ang ganda ng mga defense nyo, but you have to translate it to offense. But I'm excited to see this because obviously we all know pag halftime, the coaches will talk. They will look at the first and second stats to see what you guys did wrong. So tingnan natin ang kanilang adjustment dito sa second half natin.
San Beda shot 2 out of 13 from beyond the arc. And of course, yung dominate the paint ng Benilde, they have to do a better job of doing that because right now they only have 10 points in the paint and they are the #1 team in the league when it comes to that category.
And that's what I mean. I haven't seen any pick and rolls yet, but maybe they are saving it for later, or the San Beda Red Lions have read them very well.
Oxon shooting from the outside. Gozum, he's got to come alive for the Blazers. Will Gozum only with 4 points and 6 rebounds so far.
Just like in their second round meeting, Gozum took a while to get his first points because he was busy defending and doing things you don't see in the stats by setting up screens and making sure he's in the right position. So hopefully, he will see more of him dito sa third quarter natin.
And Baguio has to convert. He's had several opportunities at the rim that he just muffed. And now James Quecote is on JC Culiar. Gozum against Kuntapay. Oxon trying to make a play. Finds JC for 3. Air ball. And that is a foul. Mananatili ang bola dito sa panig ng Benilde as we go to AD Zunich for this courtside update.
Each and every game, the Red Lions enter the hard court. It is inevitable for us to speak of Cool Cup Jacob Cortez following the footsteps of his father. But inside the dugout a while ago, Anton and Andre Jacob has emphasized how he wants to establish a name for his own and be known for being the future of San Beda basketball as he helps the Pride of Lions conquer a blazing hot game today. With dugout discussions focusing on how they can make their defense stronger and to lessen the turnovers, Jacob believes that for his team, the third time is the charm. Ika nga rin ni Coach Yuri Escueta, I am impressed but not surprised because I know the capabilities of Jacob. He acts like a true champ with his patience and preparedness this season with players who are even more willing to step up anytime and give their all. Will the Lions finally get their sweet revenge? This is what we'll have to see. Back to the panel.
Thank you very much for that update, Avia. Again, the Red Lions were swept by the Benilde Blazers in the elimination round. Redemption is what they are looking for today. Pastoran loses control of the basketball, and here comes Tony Inon. Oh, Sanko comes up with a steal. Pastoran for 3. Chip Boy Pastoran with a 3-point bomb.
Now this is rare to see when you're doing an early offense on the fast break. It's either you want to attack, but we have players shooting from the outside. So this is gonna be a difficult time for the San Beda Red Lions if they don't put a body up on any nearest man with the ball.
And finally, the Blazers stop that 9-0 run by the Red Lions. James Quecote stops, pops, and connects! James Quecote with 7 points today as we go now to Julia Ong from the side of the Benilde Blazers.
Frustration was visible in Coach Charles entering the dugout. He said to them, "Where is your will to win?" Ayaw daw niya maglaro pa on Friday, kaya sana ang pakiusap niya sa team ay to play smart, trust each other, and to relax, especially in their offense. Kasabay nito, pinuri din naman niya ang depensa at rebounds ng team. Binanggit niya din na kung pagod na kayo, pwede naman kayo magpasab. Ayoko na sa kalagitnaan nagka-cramps kayo. Ayun na muna, balik sa inyo.
Gozum on the drive, Will Gozum on the break. And just like that, the Benilde Blazers lead is back up to 9.
Ng teams gustong mag-champion.
Larupay for the lead! Yes!
At para sa letran, Benilde, San Beda, at LPU, gagawin nilang lahat para makamit ito. Kaya ang drama ng hardcourt huwag palampasin.
Racing for 3! Kaboom!
This is your NCAA Season 98 Final 4, November 29 na on GTV. Final 4 na.
Here's Robin Ivan. Gozum with a two-handed jam!
20 years ago pa nang huli silang nakapasok sa Final 4. Last season, muntikan. Kaya naman kahit anong distractions ang dumating sa kanila.
So we talked about how the Benilde Blazers had no fast break points in the first half. They immediately have 5. What a way to make an adjustment by Coach Charles Tew's team.
And this is what you want to see. It's very unexpected. Yun nga, fast break, you will attack. They're known to be very dominant inside the paint when attacking during the fast break. But we have like Pastoran shooting from the outside. So this is something that San Beda Red Lions need to see and adjust to, because they have players who can shoot from the outside. But the thing is, eto na, like the second round meeting nila, Will Gozum and his other teammates took time to warm up. Ngayon, second half na. It is what's happening. Deja vu. They are coming alive. So, San Beda Red Lions need to defend properly right now.
Tony Ino taking off from way out. Contapay could not finish. And that has been the story of the game for the Red Lions. Too many point-blank misses.
If only I can add sa ating keys to winning, to dominate the paint, sana the Red Lions can also do that, because I know they can. But I'm surprised dito sa second half, they are kind of struggling with the paint. So, let's see, it's the battle of the bigs talaga.
And James Quecote forcing JC Colliar to turn the ball over. And that's the kind of effort San Beda needs to get back in this game. And JC Colliar is no slouch. He's probably the hardest guy to steal the ball from in the NCAA.
I do agree with you.
He and Renzo Navarro.
I agree with you. That's why if James can stop Colliar, it's surprising to see who else can he stop sa CSB Blazers.
Quecote to Baguio, the two graduating players. But Baguio misfires. Colliar to Jimboy. Pastoran. Gozum. Gozum to JC. 10 on the shot clock. Colliar. Pastoran. Jimboy. Sanko. Sanko at the buzzer!
Wow! Now this is Sanko's game. Yes, you might give him the ball, you might not see him great, but he knows how to move with purpose. He will find that open spot and take those high percentage shots.
That's going to be a kickball violation on Miguel Oxon. Robert Bollick is just shaking his head. Calvin Oftana, I don't know why he's smiling. I see Donald Tanqua there as well. Robert Bollick, you know how fierce he is as a competitor. But he is not liking what he's seeing right now. Visser. Cometa. Cometa to Quecote. Quecote against Colliar. Quecote. Cometa. Wow! Gab Cometa with a much-needed triple for the Red Lions.
Now that's the trust you want to see. Yes, James Quecote isn't shooting his shot from the outside, but he knows where to locate the open man. Kaya ang ganda ng kanilang execution sa play na yun.
Gozum trying his luck from the outside. I'm not sure if that was by design, but we know that Gozum can hit it from the outside, though.
That was also a good read for Gozum for taking it outside, but the thing is, it could only mean his teammates are not executing the play they want, and you can see they are struggling, so he had to take matters to his own hands.
This was that shot by Gabriel Cometa. Spitfire guard from Cebu, who has averaged in double digits against the Benilde Blazers this season. And here he is, Cometa. And the ball will stay with the Red Lions. In the first round, Miguel Oxon was the Benilde Blazers' best player. Mark Sanko was their top guy in the second round. So far, it's been Jimboy Pastoran here today in the Final Four. Cometa for three. Oxon with the rebound. Oxon weaving his way through traffic, finds Carlos. Oxon relocates to the corner. Miguel Oxon!
He had an open look at the corner, so if you're defending a shooter like Oxon, you have to make sure you match his speed and follow him wherever he goes.
Miguel Oxon has been a Bedan slayer here this season. So dangerous. Pastoran to Oxon. Bounce pass to the post for Corteza. Corteza, wild shot, Gozum, off the glass and in.
I thought we were going to see a sign of them dominating the paint. It's good they were trying that play out, and it's good that Gozum has an amazing presence of mind and that timing to get that offensive board.
Chris Tew, a rare moment of him wearing green, supporting his brother Charles. Sanchez finishes with the left hand. San Beda's got to weather the storm, Dre.
I agree, and you can see right now, San Beda Red Lions, they are adjusting. They might not be calling the plays we have seen in the previous possessions, but they are attacking with the purpose. Kaya nabubulaga din tong Benilde Blazers on how to defend their players who are attacking.
Oxon in and out, but he is just letting that basketball fly. Andrada, binigay kay James for three. Quecote still can't find the bottom of the net today.
For James and his other teammates, yes, they are kind of struggling from the outside. So the best thing to do right now is to set those horns plays like you always do and find those big men inside the paint who are rolling. Because chances are, when they get the ball, they will attack into the basket. Because San Beda Red Lions are also a threat inside the paint.
Miguel Oxon, 3 out of 7 from beyond the arc. And the Blazers are rolling here in the third quarter.
Campeonato, siyempre led by their MVP candidate Will Gozum. Ito na ba ang oras ng Benilde Blazers? This is your NCAA Season 98 Final 4, November 29 na on GTV. Lahat ng teams gustong mag-champion.
Laro pa for the lead. Yes!
At para sa letran, Benilde, San Beda at LPU. Gagawin nila ang lahat para makamit ito. Kaya ang drama ng hardcourt, huwag palampasin.
Racing for three. Kaboom!
This is your NCAA Season 98 Final 4, November 29 na on GTV.
This is the place to be on a Tuesday, the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center here in San Juan City. This is the Final 4 for Season 98, and you gotta love this atmosphere. A sea of green, shouting Animo Benilde as the Benildean community hope to return to the finals for the first time since Season 78. That was 2002. Andre Paras, what were you doing during that year, 2002?
2002, ay, ayoko mag-ibang. MVP ako ng patentero. Doon kami naglalaro sa labas noon. I could remember, I was just playing outside. Of course, wala pang smartphones noon. Kaya those days, I was just enjoying my childhood. Pero ngayon, I'm also reliving our childhood. The basketball, ito na, semi-finals, Final Four. So, nakaka-excite. And yung energy ng crowd, it is very contagious. So, what more? What are the players feeling right now?
So, ganun po katagal. That's how long it's been since Benilde has been in the finals. And they want to change all of that today with a win.
Ito, Anton, I've noticed the CSB Blazers, they are sort of struggling in executing their offense, and it's a good sign for the San Beda Red Lions because they are able to adjust. They are putting bodies up on the man they have. So let us see kung maka-adjust lang CSB Blazers sa kanilang mga offense in the upcoming possessions.
It's been a homecoming for Jim Boy Pastoran, who missed last season due to an injured right shoulder. And what a time for him to come alive. And we've also received word that a lot of the players from the last Benilde Blazers team that made it to the finals are here today. The likes of Al Magpayo, Ron Capati, Elvis Tolentino, Titus Mendoza, Paul Kovsky, Boying Deloy, Gilbert Sanidad, and of course, Paulo Orbeta nandito, nanonood ngayon. So shout out sa mga dating champions ng NCAA from Benilde. Cortez back in the game. Sanchez on the drive. Sanchez with a Pinoy step.
Wow!
Just in time.
I mean, Jacob Cortez could have laid it up, pero pinaganda pang offense because of the trust he has. So wow, if Cortez can drive, Sanchez can drive, it's gonna be a hard time for CSB to stop them dito sa third quarter if they are consistent with that kind of offense.
Corteza. Floater is up and in for Mickey Corteza.
This is what we all want to see. Finally, CSB Blazers finding the rhythm inside the paint, dominating. So let us see kung magiging consistent sila sa kanilang offense.
What a move by the cool Cub under duress. Able to drive to the paint, hang in the air, and score. But there's that Pinoy step by Justin Sanchez. Grabe yung mga hakbang nitong batang to. At eto naman, napaka-steady. Miggy Corteza, simple lang ang basketball para sa kanya. And what a smart move by Jacob. And he completes the three-point play. He's been the game changer for the Red Lions.
The game changer, and I know we're all the way up here, but if you can see him, yung kanyang body language, you can see he is ready to play, and he's like one of the most relaxed and cool players right now sa San Beda Red Lions.
The mighty kid, Borgie Hermida, and of course, Philippine basketball legend, Jojo Lastimosa in the house. Oxon from way out. And is that going to be a foul on Cometa? And Oxon is signaling that Cometa was on his landing spot.
I kind of saw, I'm not mistaken, his right foot. Let's see, look at his right foot. This is not a good sight to see.
That's what the referees are reviewing right now.
All right, this is a good sign. At least Oxon is walking. I thought he had a sprain. Of course, we don't want any players from any teams getting injured. So it's good to see him walking and standing right now.
Now, the referees are trying to determine if Cometa did indeed stick his foot out on the landing spot of Oxon.
That's going to be a difficult thing to see and review, because knowing when you're going to defend a player who shoots that far, of course you have to jump as high as him. So chances are when you land, your legs are not used to that kind of length of jumping. So when you land, chances are baka matapakan ng paa mo, but it doesn't necessarily mean sinasadya.
It's an unsportsmanlike foul, Dre. This is going to be huge. As we see our commissioner, Tonichi Puhante.
That is huge indeed, but of course, we cannot complain because that is the decision of our officials.
And it's a double black eye for the Red Lions because this is a shooting foul as well, Dre.
Shooting foul, and Oxon has been doing well outside. So what works sa kanyang free throws? So hopefully we don't jinx it. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's see if he makes his free throws.
Miguel Oxon today, well, I have to say it, Dre. So I'll do it for you. 3 out of 3 today. But not with this kind of jeering from the crowd. You gotta love this type of atmosphere. As a competitor, ito yung inantay mo, Dre. Yung kantong klaseng challenge. So he's now 5 for 5. Miguel Oxon is. 6 out of 6. Ice in his veins. This is a super rookie.
All right, I can talk now. Wow! He made those free throws. Grabe, ang intense. That was intense. I wanted to say something because I'm so excited, pero, I don't want to give that, analyst jinx, pero grabe, ang trust sa kanya ng teammates. And for him to shoot that far, grabe yung green light na binibigay sa kanya and confidence that Coach Charles is giving him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he took another shot. Oxon tosses it down low. Corteza fighting. And it will go to San Beda.
All right, now, even though it didn't go in, I love what I'm seeing with Corteza. They are finally doing their best to dominate inside the paint. Kasi yes, kahit lamang kayo, you still have to go hard.
So tough to call. But it's San Beda basketball. Inon. Andrada mula sa kanto. Sanchez, offensive rebound. Sanchez is fouled.
It is nice to see that the San Beda Red Lions are sticking to their system. When they drive, it gets defended well. They will kick out. But yun nga lang, their players, whoever they set up in the corner, are not making their shot. So if that happens, a good suggestion or a good way to adjust is maybe do a shot fake and drive. Pero yun nga lang, they're having a hard time with driving because the CSB Blazers have a good chance of helping out sa kanilang defense.
Justin Sanchez, 6'5" from Tarlac City. When you look at this kid, reminds you of a young Calvin Oftana.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, you can see this kid has shooting. This kid can drive, and he's also physical strength. So what more in the upcoming years when he develops, it's going to be a scary sight also for the other teams that he'll be going up against in the future.
2 for 2 sa pagkakataon na yon. James Kwekute is back in the game. As I mentioned earlier, averaging 23 points per game against Benilde. But today, James, quiet afternoon, just 7 points. Well, scoring-wise, he's been quiet. Oh, but on the defensive end, he has been great.
That's a good thing. What you like about players like James Kwekute, if he knows they're struggling offensively, he will find ways to adjust his game. Mapa-assist, rebounds, or of course, defending properly.
Kwekute with rebound number 6 but could not convert in the paint. Colliar on the move. Colliar to Oxon. Oh, that would have brought the house down. Did you see the people in green stand up?
They were ready for that. And also, props to the San Beda Red Lions. They're defending well, not having any players get inside the comfort zone, inside the painted area.
Andrada shoots. It scores at the buzzer. San Beda with another strong finish. But the problem is the Benilde Blazers are still on top. They lead 54-48 heading into the fourth.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Is this it? Yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest hardcourt drama. We'll bring you stories behind each point and victory, one play at a time. Follow our official social media handles for your daily fix of hype and adrenaline. Online, GMA Sports. Apat na teams ang maglalaban sa kampyonato.
Grabe naman yung galaw na yun.
Dalawa sa kanila balak tapusin ang series sa Martes at ang other 2 gagawin nilang lahat para i-extend ang series.
Can they do it right here? Yes, they will!
Benilde versus San Beda sa first game. Letran versus LPU sa
Animo Wars, the battle of Animo, whatever you want to call it. What a game it has been between the Benilde Blazers and the San Beda Red Lions. Bakbakang umaatikabo dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Center sa lungsod ng San Juan. Ito yung huling puntos ng mga bidista courtesy of Yukian Andrada. Ito yung sinasabi mo, Dre. Locate the open man, but you gotta make the shot.
Locate the shot, they made the shot and trust the system. Ito, the good thing, they were missing a lot of shots in the corner or at the three-point arc. But the thing is, they didn't give up. They didn't adjust or keep on driving. So it's a good sight to see that they are making shots when it's needed the most. So it's a good thing to see that their shots are all going in dito or nung last third quarter.
So San Beda ended the second quarter with a 9-0 run. They end the third quarter on a 5-0 run. But for all they did, CSB is still ahead. And that just goes to show you how deep and how solid the Benilde Blazers are this year.
And speaking of solid, the defense of both teams, I don't know if there's a typo or if it's real. Third quarter statistics, none of them are in double digits yet on both teams. So you can see kung gaano kaganda ang defense ng both teams.
Well, for San Beda, you're right. Wala pang umaabot sa double digits when it comes to scoring. But for the Benilde Blazers, all in all, Miguel Oxon's got 15 points and Pastoran's got 14. And of course, Miguel Oxon had that triple earlier, and then he was fouled for 3 free throws. Jonathan Gray, Anton Altamirano is there. Luis Cinco also, former Benilde Blazers. Cortez lets it fly. My, oh my!
This is crazy. Oxon has a matchup right now when it comes to making big shots. What a way to get your team involved and energize everyone else inside the arena.
Corteza responds.
Corteza, now this is what you want to see as the CSB Blazers finally dominating inside the paint. Final quarter, you have to give it your all. Bakbakan na to.
Kwekute, he's got to come alive offensively. Cortez, another one, in and out. That was a heat check for Jacob. But Coach Yuri Escueta is going to ride with him now. Jacob Cortez brought them back in the game, and Coach Yuri is sticking with him.
It's good to see Cortez and Pastoran on each other, both shooting well from the outside. So what a matchup and what a sight to see. So let us see if they are as aggressive as on offense as is to defense.
From the logo, the cool cub, Jacob Cortez. And then the response by the sophomore forward, Miggy Corteza. Jacob Cortez is the first Beda in double figures, 11 points for him. Sanchez wants a clear out. What guts by Sanchez. Oh, but he's called for an offensive foul.
That was made possible because of the great defense of Oxon by staying in front and using his feet, because players tend to use their arms and get that foul on accident. Kaya ang ganda ng matchup dito, Oxon and Sanchez. But of course, good part rin ni Sanchez yun because he was able to attack and be aggressive. And that's what is needed right now because it's already the 4th and final quarter.
My high school coach, Dax Castellano, now the Mancom representative for De La Salle College of St. Benilde, looking on. As his team is on top by 5. Oh no, Alfaro hitting the deck, did not see that screen. It's so loud here that even the players can't hear each other.
Exactly. Usually when you screen, when you're a player inside, you call out screens to make your teammates aware of what's incoming. But it looks like the reason why it's so loud here, you can't hear each other. It looks like we see, if I'm not mistaken, is that blood?
Yeah, he's bleeding. Peter Alfaro is cut. And it looks like the chin of Gozum hit the eyebrow area of Peter Alfaro. And that's why it's important to always call out the screens. But, you know, as we mentioned, napakaingay po dito sa loob ng Phil Oil Eco Oil Center.
That is true. That's why it's important. You guys should learn from this. So, to avoid those things happening, of course, to make sure you disrupt, of course, yung mga kung sinong binabantay nyo, you need to make sure you call out those screens. It's very important because you don't want things like this happening.
Attorney Jonas Cabochan, Mancom representative from San Beda University, also here as well, of course. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, Dre.
We have 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Anything can happen. Like what we always say, bilog ang bola, anything can happen. Pero tingnan natin kasi it's a close game. So we want to see who wants it more. And kitang-kita, both teams want it more because they're all aggressive. And you can finally see what they were trying to do in the first quarter, in the first half. They are finally executing it here. Kaya ang ganda ng laban natin ngayon because both teams are doing everything that they know that they can do.
Coach Yuri Escueta, his first game as a head coach in the Final Four of the NCAA. What an experience for him. Almost a steal for the Red Lions. Oxon with a fader. Rebound Cortez, and that's a foul on Corteza.
Jacob Cortez making his presence felt in offense, pero dito rin, when it comes to rebounding, what a way to sacrifice your body, locating the nearest man, and diving and getting that ball.
San Beda down by 5 as we get this update from Julia Ong from the Benilde Blazers side.
There is no room for complacency dahil kapag yan daw ang pinairal nila, dito na magsisimula ang downfall nila. Kaya nga nang sinabi ko kanina, Coach Charles wants to secure the final spot today. No other day but today. Teamwork, heart, and trust in each other. Again, ang yan ang tatlong kasangkapan na nabanggit ni Coach Charles para may uwi nila ang panalo. So ngayon, susundin na kaya nila ang hiling na ito o talagang magkikita-kita sila ulit sa Friday for a Game 2. Anton and Andre?
Well, they've got to stop this red rampage because that's what San Beda is going to unleash. 9-0 run to end the second, 5-0 run to end the third. You can expect that here in the fourth, they're going to go all out.
Exactly. And you can see already they are finally dumping the ball in the post for the CSB Blazers. But yun nga lang, they're having a hard time executing because nakakapag-adjust ang San Beda Red Lions sa offense ng CSB. So dito naman sa San Beda Red Lions, they are doing everything that they can to outrun the CSB Blazers. And it's working because James Quacote is finally coming alive dito sa game natin.
You know what's crazy? James Quacote was actually interested in playing for the Benilde Blazers when he first came to the Philippines more than 8 years ago.
Wow, 8 years ago. But look at him. He's like pretty much the person, the go-to person to San Beda Red Lions. So you can see his decision was, I guess, worth it for sticking here dito sa San Beda family.
He chose San Beda because it's a winning school. And with a winning play, Quacote blocks Gozom. Cortez could not finish. Baguio still could not convert.
Gotta love the aggressiveness of James Quacote. Even if he's kind of struggling offensively, he is there for you during the defense.
Oxon slices through the D. Oxon could not put it down. But what a move, nevertheless.
What a move, but CSB Blazers looks like they're having a difficult time executing their play because the San Beda Red Lions are very aggressive right now sa kanilang defense.
Quacote missing on that shot. Nobody boxing out. It's Benilde Blazers basketball.
That's what I've noticed also, Anton. Both teams, nobody's boxing out. Everybody wants to leak out. It's good you can leak out for your offense, pero kailangan pa rin mag-box out to get those second chance points as much as possible.
Miguel Oxon with a game-high 15 points right now. Oxon against Enon. Oxon with a fadeaway. And Baguio comes up with a loose ball. Cortez, one man to beat. Jacob Cortez with a finish.
Look at that. Look at the way he drives and attacks the basket. He doesn't go hurry. He will wait for that contact and use it to his advantage.
Jacob Cortez and the Red Lions have cut the Benilde Blazers lead to 2.
Pusong kampiyon! Tayo'y may pusong kampiyon! There's no stopping us from getting the latest news and catching every nerve-wracking moment of the NCAA games. Pumunta na sa official NCAA website, gmanetwork.com/NCAA at i-download ang official NCAA app para sa latest updates, full game videos at team rosters and box scores. Walang iwanan online sa Season 98 ng NCAA. Achieve greatness every day. Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes,
I have never heard the Bedan crowd this loud the entire season. This is the loudest they have ever been. They're up on their feet, and it's because of plays like this. James Kwekute doing it on defense, and Jacob Cortez finishing what he started on the fast break. Redemption is what the Red Lions are looking for as of the moment. Jacob Zion Cortez, 13 points in 13 minutes. A plus 15 when he's on the floor. He's got 13 points. The only Bedan in double figures as of the moment. And they are playing full court man-to-man. The Red Lions are. JC Couliar. Kwekute is now on him. Oxon. They've got to watch out for Oxon. He has been huge in the clutch, especially against San Beda. Kwekute with a rebound.
That's a good offense for the CSB Blazers, doing their best, pero they're having a hard time ngayon sa loob ng painted area, so they have to switch their offense because the San Beda Red Lions are doing their best job right now sa defense.
Kwekute at the rim, missing. Bahio for the lead. Enot. No. The shots have been there, but San Beda just could not put it through the hoop.
Wow. Finally, you can see players already boxing out, getting that ball, because it's really important. Last 5 minutes, you need to give it your all, especially if you're the San Beda Red Lions. And what a way for both of these teams to be aggressive. Yun nga lang, ang ganda ng aggressiveness ng San Beda Red Lions. They just need to make sure they need to execute and make those shots.
Kumuha muna tayo ng update kay Avian Zunic.
The ball is ours. Just be patient. Ito na nga ang isa sa mga reminders ni Coach Yuri Escueta alongside putting their trust and being confident with their shots. Offense will take care of itself. Kaya ang gusto makita ni Coach Yuri sa kanyang natitirang oras dito sa game ay mas doble pa ang effort ng koponan dahil hindi nga daw malabong makamit ang panalo kung magiging mas aggressive pa sila sa bola. Pero ngayon nabawas na nga ang koponan ni Coach Yuri as Peter Alfaro is back on the bench right now after being attended by our medical team due to his left eye cut. Kahit na makakabalik sa laro si Peter, walang ibang gusto si Coach Yuri kundi mag-step up ang kanyang players. Back sa inyo, Anton.
Maraming salamat, Avia. Peter Alfaro cut after a collision with Will Gozum, who provided a screen. Cortez missing on the drive. And that's going to be Benilde Blazers basketball. There you see Alfaro with the bandage above his left eye. And this was the last shot by Jimboy Pastoran. What skills being shown by Jimboy.
And this is what you want to see. If you can stop him from the outside, how can you stop him from attacking you guys? So Pastoran has a good, I guess, a bag when it comes to his basketball game because he knows how to adjust and read the defense very well.
Jacob Cortez will take a seat. Alfaro is now back in the game for the Red Lions. Couliar. You've got Couliar with Pastoran, Oxon, Gozum, and Sanko. Sanko gives it to Miguel for three. It's San Beda basketball as Enot secures the rebound.
We can see earlier in the CSB Blazers play, they were trying to dump the post inside the paint. Pero yun nga lang, San Beda Red Lions, they were there to defend the passer properly.
Sanchez on the move. And he stepped on the baseline. These sorry misses and turnovers are killing the Red Lions here in the fourth. And Pastoran has been the X factor. Jimboy Pastoran with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Gozum breaks free. Will Gozum. Inot. Contapay to Alfaro. Alfaro to Sanchez. Sanchez with a crossover. Crucial possession. Oxon saves it. And that right there has the potential to be the play of the game. Miguel Oxon diving for the basketball to keep it in play for the Benilde Blazers. Gozum, what a season it has been for him. 11 double-doubles. Colliar for 3. Overshoots that one. Gozum today, just 1 rebound shy of another double-double. It will be his 12th, if ever. Alfaro, with a cut above his left eye and all, lays it up and in.
I'm glad to see Alfaro back in the playing court. You can see how much he wants it and how much he wants to make up for his game and provide for the San Beda Red Lions.
Pastoran. Sako, high-low play. Gozum saves it. Colliar for 3. Sanchez with a board. San Beda down by 4. As we enter the final 2 minutes of the game, Kwekute is set to check back in. Alfaro with a floater. Alfaro. No. And it will be excuse me. The referee just pointed towards the way of the Benilde Blazers, so it will be Benilde Blazers ball. And this was that last basket for the Red Lions, courtesy of Peter Alfaro. Jacob Cortez and James Kwekute are now back in the game. The only graduating players from both sides are Kwekute and JB Baguio. Colliar against Alfaro. The Red Lions need a stop. The Benilde Blazers looking to close the show. Oxon, 2-man game. Oh no, he stepped on the sideline.
I think we can see, Anton, the CSB Blazers are doing what they can to dump the ball in the post because they have noticed that they are being more aggressive and a threat inside. But yun na lang, like I said, San Beda Red Lions, they are being able to adjust sa offense ng CSB Blazers. So the only thing right now is if you get the ball in the post, if you're the CSB player, where will you kick out? Will you give it to Oxon or whoever else is open?
This is a must-score situation for San Beda. Cortez, Andrada for 3. No, Alfaro could not secure the offensive rebound, and time is not on the side of the Red Lions. JC Colliar and the Benilde Blazers could be moments away from returning to the NCAA Finals. Oxon for 3. Baguio comes up with the rebound. Cortez to Alfaro, who wasn't looking on the initial pass. Baguio fakes, blocked by Oxon.
Wow! What a big block by Oxon. He didn't make that big 3, but he was able to make it up at the defensive end.
Oxon on the move. Oxon to Marcos. This crowd is ready to erupt. Colliar to Sako. They are milking the clock. They go down low to Gozum, their MVP. And Coach Yuri Escueta calls a timeout with 22.2 seconds remaining in regulation. It's so hard to hear, even though we have a microphone down there. But this is what I was talking about earlier. This might have been the game-winning play. Not a basket, but a save. And Miguel Ocson wasn't done. He just blocked the graduating power forward JB Baguio on the Red Lions' last offensive stand.
You can count on Ocson to make big game plays in any game. You might think, okay, hanggang 3 points lang. Nope, he's always there, always present when it comes to defending. Kaya ang ganda kanyang hustle and his presence of mind and timing when it comes to defense as well.
Andrada, inside pass to Enon. Enon throws it out to James for three. James quick with day. San Beda is not done yet. And quick with day fouls Ocson.
What a play. We're not sure if this is what we were hearing by Coach Yuri a while ago, but what a way to make that three-point shot. Something you've been looking for throughout the game.
And that was an emergency pass by Enon. So San Beda with a ray of hope after that triple by James Kwekute. James Kwekute today, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists in what could be his final NCAA game. Prior to that, James from the field shooting 3 out of 13. Now, Miguel Ocson, 6 out of 6 today from the free throw line. He has not missed. Miguel Ocson, what a difference maker. Giving the Benilde Blazers an additional threat here in season 98. He was the missing piece for the Benilde Blazers last season. And with Ocson in the fold, the Benilde Blazers could be moments away from getting over the hump and returning to the finals for the first time in 20 years. 7 out of 7 from the free throw line today. Miguel Ocson remains perfect. 12.7 seconds. San Beda basketball. The Red Lions have no more timeouts. So the likelihood here is that they will go for a three. What do you think, Dre?
Go for a three or at
Kasi
this
wala
point,
na silang timeout
exactly,
eh.
there's no more timeout. So it's going to be interesting on how fast ito. They might go for it, but how fast will they take it? Kaya ito ang tanong, how well will the CSB Blazers defend them? Will they put the body up or let them shoot the three and hope for it to miss? But let's see what happens.
Here comes the moment of truth. Miguel Ocson with a game-high 17 points. To go along with 6 rebounds and 1 assist, a steal, and the block on JB Baguio. What a game for the rookie. But the job is not quite finished yet. They have to stop the Red Lions from scoring here.
Ito interesting to see. We have bigs at the elbow. We'll see if we can see down screens And then maybe Jace Quacote will take the quick shot on the 3 or ibabalik kay Jacob Cortez. So anything can happen, but most likely this is gonna be a down screen. So tingnan natin kung paano nila ma-execute ang play na to.
Quacote, Alfaro, Kuntapay, and Baguio are on the floor, and so is Cortez. Baguio hands it off to James. James for the dive. Quacote, short. Quacote again. No! Kuntapay. And the dream season continues. The Benilde Blazers are back in the NCAA Finals after 20 long years. Coach Dax Castellano and attorney Jonas Cabochan embrace after a thrilling finish. And that young man from Davao City, Miguel Oxon, a rookie in his first NCAA Final Four game, was the star of stars.
It is crazy of how things turn out. Grabe, when you think about what the shots he made, all his shots were when it was needed the most, and grabe, ang ganda ng linaro niya. Not just him, but also his other teammates, and what a way to have that amazing chemistry together.
Hey, Jacob Cortez, props to this kid.
Wow.
He brought San Beda back in the game.
He did, and there's nothing to be sad about. What a way for him to make his presence felt. So it's going to be exciting for the growth of this kid. And grabe, this is not an easy task for him, but he did it so well. So hopefully when it comes to this again, he's going to be more ready and more mature.
Kapuso artist Chris Tew enjoying the moment as his brother Charles Tew guides the Benilde Blazers to the NCAA Finals for the first time after 20 long years. Final score, 62-61.
We'll fight to keep your glory bright and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail, hail, hail.
What a moment for the rookie Miguel Ocson. 17 points, 6 rebounds, pero ito yung mabigat. 8 out of 8 from the free throw line, ice in his veins. And congratulations as well for the returning Jim Boy Pastoran, who could not play last season due to an injured right shoulder. 16 points, he was the X factor today for Coach Charles Tew.
Grabe, this is what happens if you trust the system talaga and anything goes. Grabe talaga ang kanilang chemistry. Like if there are times that these guys can make their shots, they're always there to adjust. And yung maganda dito, ang confidence nila because of the green light that coach gives them.
And when we come back, we will get to speak to the winning coach, Charles Tew of the Benilde Blazers. So keep it right here on GTV.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Yun yung engineer niyo. Babae pala.
Bakit nga ba tila nabura sa kasaysayan ang sistema ng pagsusulat na ito?
Always stay updated with the latest news in the country and around the world through GMA News.
The long, long road back to the promised land continues for the Benilde Blazers as they overcome a huge hurdle in the form of the San Beda University Red Lions. Final score 62-61, and now it is official. After 20 long years, the Benilde Blazers are back in the finals of the NCAA. And with us, of course, is Coach Charles Tew. Charles, you've changed the narrative once again for your team. Every year, sinasabi nila, dark horse. Hindi umaabot sa Final Four kahit malakas yung lineup. This year, you made it to the Final Four after 20 years. Now the next task is to bring the championship back to Benilde after 22 years. How do you feel?
It feels great, to be honest. I thank the Lord for all his blessings. This wouldn't have been possible without him. So I'm just so thankful right now. We had some luck down the stretch, but I guess sometimes that's basketball. So very thankful. San Beda, they played a great game. So much respect to Coach Yuri and the guys out there. That was really a tough game. They prepared so well. But I really hope that this year will be our year. I hope it's going to be our destiny. But of course, finals will be tougher. Against Letran or Lyceum, those two teams are also great. But right now, I think I'm happy for the Benilde community. There's been a lot of heartbreaks, but at least we're back in the finals. So it's another goal that we achieved, but hopefully we can achieve one more.
Ito, Coach, I just want to ask, in the first half, you guys were trying to find your rhythm. Pero when we went to the third and fourth quarter, parang mas naging buhay sila. They came more alive. What was something you told your players during the halftime?
Well, I've been asking them to dig deep, basically. In games like these, you just gotta want it more. You need to have that willpower not to lose. I give a lot of credit to the guys. They played their hearts out. But, I also need to give a lot of credit to my coaching staff. They prepared very well. They do a tremendous job. But really, all credit and glory to God. And the players were great. So, they just tried to follow the game plan as best as they could. I wish they'd listened a little bit more, but I can't complain. We escaped with a win, so I'm very thankful.
Coach, talk about Miguel Ocson, a rookie. First time in the NCAA Final Four, he scored a game-high 17 points, but shot 8 for 8 from the free throw line. What makes this kid so special?
He puts in the work, man. There's been no doubt. I had no doubt when he went to the free throw line, he was going to make it. That's why I had no plans to call any timeouts. I was just going to get him the ball. It was he delivered. He struggled from the field, but he did a lot of little things. He rebounded, he defended. I give him all the credit. He worked so hard, and his attitude has been just really, really good. He works on his mental aspect too of the game. So I'm happy for the kid. He's been through a lot. He had to wait so long to play. His grandmother also just passed away recently. I asked him if he wanted to go home, but he said he wanted to be with the team. So this game was probably for her. So big congratulations to Mix Ocson.
Great game, Coach Charles, and now we'll give you the opportunity to invite everybody to cheer for you guys as you are back in the finals after 20 long years.
First of all, thank the Lord again. Thank you to the Benilde community who came out. This was great. You know, totally a big surprise. I always make fun how we have no fans. San Beda fans were still great, by the way. There were so many, but the green people showed up today, so I'm very happy. I hope you can continue to support us in the finals. It's going to be really tough, and we need every ounce of help and cheering we can get, and it means a lot. So this game is for you. Hopefully, we can do more honor to the school in the future.
Congratulations, Charles, and we'll see you in the finals. Coach Charles Tew leading the Benilde Blazers to the NCAA finals for the first time in 20 years. And the next step is to bring back the championship for the first time after 22 years. That is the narrative now for the Benilde Blazers. But what a win for the squad. Final score 62, Benilde 61 for San Beda. Game on is coming up next. And of course, the Letran Knights will try to return the finals as they take on the LPU Pirates, who are fighting for survival. Dre, final words before we say goodbye?
Well, don't go anywhere because we have a second game. Interesting again. Meron bang twice to beat dito. So tingnan natin, are they gonna relax or are they gonna go hard? Pero let's see what happens.
Pleasure working with you, brother.
Pleasure working with you, and I'll see you all again soon.
On behalf of my partner, Andre Paras, and of course our courtside reporters, Julia Ong, and of course Adrian Zunich, ako po si Anton Ross, for Director Raul De Ocampo as well, and all of us from GMA Synergy. I'm Anton Ross saying stick around because we've got Game On coming up next, and of course Letran versus LPU here in the Final Four of Season 98 of the NCAA.